Let's find out. I made the mistake of streaming an actual video game this week. That's always a mistake because it throws off a bunch of D&D settings.
It was Final Fantasy Renaissance, so I do appreciate that.
It's fun, right? Like, I know that everybody's talking about some Final Fantasy remake, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to play that. And I downloaded it, and it's pretty good. I think Green Mage is bad. I feel like at the end, Green Mage has not popped off.
Do they have good weapons, or
they don't have anything?
Okay, so that's I could see Green Mage working in a Final Fantasy 1 game if they made it a Battle Mage like in the 12 Zodiac edition, so they could actually have a weapon, and then because buff spells are really good in 1 vanilla. So
like I found a bespoke Blue Mage weapon, but not a Green Mage weapon. It's just it's the Final Fantasy 1 problem of like white magic and defensive magic is dumb and pointless.
But like, wouldn't the Green Mage have access to like Saber and Haste? Like that should be amazing.
No.
Oh, Time Mage. Yep.
Time Mage.
Yeah. So just Saber, Temper, and Saber.
Even in Zodiac, even Time Mage was made into a Battle Mage.
That's right. It was a Time Battle Mage. Did the Green Battle Mage have a crossbow? Was that it? It's been a while since
What was the Green Mage class even called? It wasn't Arcane Magic.
You're right, because it was Time Battle Mage. I forget what the Green Mage was.
There was Red Battle Mage, as I recall.
Yeah, there's a Red Battle Mage and a Time Battle Mage, but you still had Green Magic.
Yeah.
Spread across. I think the Green Magic became White Magic. Because White Mages had Protect, I want to say.
Well, anyway, Green Mage and Renaissance.
That's a shame.
So Blue Mage just learns all the enemy skills, right?
Yeah.
And then when you promote them, they get an ability that says, all right, take an enemy skill that usually hits all targets, and instead make it hit one target at double spell power.
Nice.
So I'm like, so I just go get Nuclear from the War Mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Nuclear from War Mech.
Like I was
literally just about to ask that.
Yeah, like I hit Tiamat with like it was a level 6 magic. It was I think Swirl or something. It's like 700 damage. Like, all right, we're good. Thanks. We can go. Dancer gets dual wield. I don't understand why.
Chris, say something, please.
What would you like me to say? Would you like me to talk about how we're getting ready to play D&D and it's going to be awesome and Destil is going to do more crazy stuff and Ssah'ra is going to continually miss and then Treble is going to continue to be useless and McDohl is going to come in to save the day with his stupid little starlight beams of death?
Hi, I'm Benedict.
I feel
wow.
like
tell us how you really feel.
Someone's really bitter that he has to play D&D today and not Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 7.
Sorry, hear me out. Here's the Final Fantasy remake I want, all right? So take Zodiac Age. Like, take that Zodiac Age, like, battle system and engine and stuff like that. Make the graphics a lot nicer, obviously. And then remake Final Fantasy 8, where every GF is its own license board.
That'd be good.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missed part of this discussion because I switched over from the, the live to come back over here, time skip and everything. I'm assuming you said Final Fantasy VIII remake. That'll never happen.
No, I know.
Never in a million years.
You know why? Because the villain's a woman, and you can't have women in games. That's why.
Weird. I think Squall and Riona are actually very popular characters, so I don't know that it wouldn't happen.
Are they?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like
Final
4 or
Fantasy,
5.
Final Fantasy
Like when you look at the big polls.
Oh.
No, Final Fantasy VIII currently is sitting in the bottom, like.
Right. No, I'm not talking about the game, but I'm talking about both characters are pretty popular, so they could just market a remake as primarily a game starring them, and then rewrite the rest of it.
I remember they added Renoa to their like arcade Dissidia game, and I was like, that's a weird character. Like that's like 30 or 40th Final Fantasy character I would expect to be put in that game. Like nobody remembers Renoa.
They probably kind of. I imagine when they were doing that, they were like, okay, we have these ideas for mechanics. What character fits?
The weird Smash problem.
Yeah.
Once they've done all the obvious characters, they all become incredibly bizarre zoners.
Which I'm fine with.
That's what happened to Smash!
Because we landed on Min Min. It was worth it in the end. I forget what video it was. I did a video series where I kept teasing I was going to reveal my favorite Smash Brothers character, and people were on YouTube comments like trying to guess. Like, oh, Brick likes Donkey Kong, or like he's into Kirby or whatever. Nobody got Min Min. Nobody saw it coming.
As for the report, everybody was audible to my ears, but everybody is a little quieter than they normally are.
Then
Just a
me,
little bit.
I can turn y'all
You sound
dorks
fine.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the slider that y'all dorks live on is the same slider as my game audio when I played a video game this week,
Yeah.
which has to be quiet.
You might have turned that down. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to blare out 8-bit chip tunes and destroy everyone's ears.
I mean, I could blare out 8-bit chip tunes. Do you want me to?
Please do. Yes, let's hear it.
I'm sorry, I can't think of any 8-bit songs.
You offered
You already
and then
failed.
you reneged on it.
Yeah.
Oh
look at
my
that.
gosh.
Well, I put myself on the spot, and then immediately my mind went blank.
So
This is why a yes answer is always worse.
So Sahn is going to cash in 6 blips to get the cloak to 60 AP. I assume.
You know what? I'll just spend the blips over the course of the session. It's fine. Unless you want to deal with that now for bookkeeping reasons.
No, we can do it later. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I expect by the end, if I haven't gotten to 6 by the end of the session, I'll spend the rest. But I think realistically, it's better just do them
Just
that
to
way.
clarify, if you want to apply blips to AP, you need to spend them on the cloak,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just
No,
in general. Okay.
Oh man.
what else do I spend blips on these days?
I don't know.
Who
Well,
has
basically, you only do spend it on the cloak, honestly.
who has a 100-word summary of the trouble you got into last week?
We
It's
didn't get
Treble's
it.
fault.
Oh no, it's not.
Or
Listen,
Nerium's fault.
it is not Nerium's fault. This woman called us into her thing, and they threw a sob story at us. They Benedict, might as well have bleeding heart tattooed on his forehead, and then he did the puppy dog eyes at Nazirr, and then at that point it was like, fine, whatever, we'll fix it. And she got exactly what she asked for, and it didn't work out how she wanted, and it's not our fault.
And let's not
Bleeding heart,
forget, we
come
were
on.
also once again punished for Sahn's failure to kill a kobold.
Oh yeah,
I think it was a choice and not a failure.
Was
That
it-
kobold would have been dead if I had wanted it to be.
Yeah, it wasn't a failure. It was just a
It was a decision.
decision. Was the
Decisions
duel
were made. We
Was
we regret all of them.
was the duel last week, or was that the week before? Because that was still
The week
amazing.
before.
That was
The week before.
Yeah, okay. That just bears repeating because that was funny as hell. But yeah, no, drow lady Nisbeth?
Nisbin.
Nisbeth. I couldn't remember if it was Nisbeth or Nisbin, and it's a combination of it's both. But Nisbeth blames us, and again, it's not our fault, really. It's legitimately me as a player doesn't view this as our fault. They were desperate and asking for help, and we gave the help that we could in the short amount of time, and told them and basically said, we're leaving, so make with what you can, and they couldn't handle it, and now consequences.
So Treble is stepping up and saying, you know what? Not our zoo, not our monkeys.
I'm serious. My character also kind of feels the same way. It's like, listen, you got exactly what you asked for in this bargain. It's not our fault. You didn't ask for something. You asked for what you wanted, and it gave you some, and it didn't give you. You asked for something, and it didn't give you the outcome you desired.
Okay, so it's more of an argument like this ain't Burger King. You can have it, but you can't have it your way.
Right. We gave them an opportunity to do something, and Nisbeth biffed it. And Penelope is in the process of biffing it.
Listen, she's like 15.
I understand that.
Who hasn't
and
biffed it when they were 15?
Probably
Is this a
Benedict. Elves are
is this a-
slow at that sort of thing.
Is this a sexual thing, or?
You can biff it in that way. I don't know that
Is-
anybody
Is
has.
that the word that's used?
Yeah,
I
is that
don't
what the kids are
Let's-
saying
let's-
nowadays? I don't know about that.
Let's find the shed and biff. Like
Gather up your riz and let's go biff.
No. I'm not saying you use biff as a euphemism, for the physical expression of love. I'm saying that during the course of that action, there are things you can do that could be construed as biffing it.
Treble, I hope you saying that gave you as much pain as it did me. Like I heard the cringe.
I have had to explain to several people what Riz means.
I
And
barely know what Riz means.
It is never easy. It is never an easy conversation to have with somebody. It's literally like explaining like sex to somebody who's that age.
I once had to explain pedo bear to my 70-year-old aunt.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's got to be a fun conversation.
It was wild.
I think you
Alright.
told that story before.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of why I can't be on Facebook, because my whole
Yep.
family's on Facebook,
Oh, yeah.
and they'll see the
So
dumb
my
internet
method-
shit I get up to.
My method of deleting my emails has been like finding like I'll look at the top of my inbox to emails from so and so or something or other that like just junk email, and I just do a search for from that thing, and one of them was Facebook, and I had like 2,000 emails from Facebook,
Ugh.
and I deleted all of them, and it felt great.
You're free.
You got a new message on some website you haven't visited for 17 years.
That's exactly me and Facebook.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have a Facebook. It was banned because it got hacked and they were sending like phishing attempts at people.
And nothing of value was lost.
No.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, yeah. So we
You guys
decided that
went through a gravity
gonna let
plane.
we were gonna let the Covenus percolate while we came down here, and we found the water temple.
We're gonna let it percolate like it's like a cup of coffee.
We're like tea. We're gonna let it steep too long.
So you're coming across the bridge towards a room.
Mystery.
Oh right, so we had to stop. We were like, yeah, stop there.
Mhm.
Something was.
I think
about to
we
happen.
initiatives, but it might not have been
No.
that. I'm not 100%.
We did not.
We
We
did not
didn't
roll
roll
initiative
yet.
yet.
Oh, okay.
We just stopped there. But yeah, roll initiative.
No.
See, told you.
Who's gonna be initiative nerd?
I got a 14.
I was it last week.
Oh, there's my dice.
I got a 12.
Who's?
See, I-
Oh
you
yeah, I
keep
was
Ronald
piloting
on there.
Ronald. So
5. It might be.
let me go
Yes.
grab his stat block real quick.
I need to picture this. Oh, why would you put it there? Halfway off the screen. There we go.
Okay, lock and let's see.
Oh, you think that the 5? Can I just take a 2 for my initiative bitch and then move on 5 instead?
That's up to Brick.
I was like, oh, 5. Can't really
He
do
doesn't.
worse
No,
than
that's
that.
that's up to us. Rick doesn't
No.
care.
No. No, I rolled
You
a
can be
5
on
for
2 or 5.
I rolled a 5 for my the other thing.
I don't think it's gonna matter between a 2 and a
It
5. To be
super
honest.
doesn't matter.
Did I pin Ronald? Yes, I did. Good job, me.
All right.
Let's see, Ronald is on E.
All these floating dice are gonna confuse me.
And then, so yeah, let's roll initiative, nerd. Everybody except for Treble was the last week.
No, it was Destil. I rolled a 14 on initiative nerd. I thought we had already rolled that.
Oh no, not yet.
Yeah, I have
Chris
5
and
for
Raz?
initiative- for initiative nerd, so I just decided I would do it.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Minus a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then.
And then my actual initiative, I rolled a 2.
Today is just not your day.
No, it's well, getting the shit rolls out of the way first, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14 for initiative and then a 17 for.
Well, nobody's moving their things here.
Oh, I already got mine in place.
Yeah, I'm already on my initiative.
Oh, you are? Are we ready? I don't know what these white pawns are.
Those are monsters.
For
Are they
Crip?
both?
I don't even hear Brick.
I'm there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, we have a white pawn on.
Oh,
20.
did I win? Oh,
You
okay.
win.
Sure, maybe?
Congratulations.
I don't know.
I
You won,
need
finally.
Nazirr, Benny, and Ssah'ra to make a dexterity saving throw. Before you roll, you may, if you so choose, fail the save on purpose. Passing the save is going to throw you off of the bridge.
How high up are we?
80 feet.
I wish there was water under me.
There's not.
Yeah.
Flight is a bonus action and not a reaction, so...
So, failing the save means I stay in place, and whatever happens, happens.
Yes.
Passing
Passing
the save
means you are going off the bridge.
And that's what, 8d some odd falling damage?
8d6.
8d6 damage. I'm going to apply a 5d6 if you fall into the water.
Question. How much time would I have to, like, activate my thither boots and just teleport?
It requires an action, doesn't it?
It does, but I mean, is the result of my save going to put me on the ground, or...
The
You
result of
fall
the save's
60
gonna-
feet in the first round and 120 in each additional round.
Yeah, you're going to hit the
Right.
ground
Oh, so
before
you
you
fall
get
very
an
far,
action.
very far, very fast. Okay,
Well, wait. If we fall 60 feet...
I'm just going to have you hit the ground this round. I'm not going to
Okay.
complicate matters.
Oh.
You're going to hit.
Okay.
You're going to hit right now.
Well, that's lame. I could avoid that.
No,
So-
you know what? I'll let chance decide.
Okay,
I'll
so you're
roll.
going to go for it. Nazirr and
Oh
Ssah'ra
no!
are
Okay,
going-
like-
one round you
I'm
fall
not like-
570 feet.
I'm gonna probably fail. I mean, because
Okay.
it's dexterity. I only have a 9.
9. How did Nazirr and Ssah'ra do?
I mean, I'm going to hate myself, but I'm also going to fail because I don't want to take 8d6 damage. I'll take the 5d12 instead.
Okay. Nazirr?
I'll be going tumbling into the water, and 5d6 is a lot better than 8. So let's see if I can. Oh,
Yeah, it's probably a pass.
19.
So you passed. So who passed the save?
Yep.
What was the DC?
DC is 14.
I didn't pass.
Just Nazirr, it looks like.
Just Nazirr failed? Or just Nazirr passed, rather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys are crossing the bridge goes non-corporeal for a moment.
Oh, exciting.
Benny and Ssah'ra, you find yourself ensnared, restrained on that space and unable to move. Nazirr, you pass the save, so you go flinging from the bridge. You can put yourself on any adjacent tile under the bridge. You can just decide to hit the water or the land.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the water.
All right. So when you feel this happening under your feet, you chuck
Can he,
yourself off.
Can he jump to this square?
Well, if he wants to smack into the solid ground.
No,
'Cause
that's
this
no
is not-
fun.
You said any adjacent square.
Yeah, under him.
Oh,
You can
okay.
land on any of those squares.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't realize that was on the level.
I tried,
I
McDohl.
thought that was below.
You tried.
16 points of falling damage as you hit the water below. So Benny and Ssah'ra, you take no damage, but you are restrained there.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, that was initiative count 20. Who's next?
So Nerium's next.
Okay.
Ssah'ra follows.
5. 10. Is the whole bridge incorporeal or just like the...
Imagine
the-
like Portal 2, you turn off the light bridge for half a second, and when it comes back, it's got your feet snared inside of it.
Huh?
Oh, so we clipped through the floor.
Exactly.
Oh no.
So from Nazirr can look up and he can see Benny's little boots just kicking up there.
We clipped through the mimic.
They're the hither boots now.
Okay. Do I have anything that could get one of you out? Let me...
Don't worry about Benny. He can get out.
Well, the thing is I'm worried about it. What if it turns corporeal before you can get out? And then you
Oh,
lose
I'm-
your legs.
It's just going to keep flickering until you're chopped in a tiny little piece.
So at this moment, the bridge is solid. It's just that Benny and Ssah'ra are snared inside of it.
Oh, so I can step on it?
You can. I mean, you just saw what happened.
Right.
But it is steppable. It is walkable.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna dodge.
I wouldn't.
I don't have anything to help you guys. I'm sorry. In fact, if I'm going to just go back to the spot. Like, yeah, no. Shit's
He
fucked up,
steps
so-
out the doorway,
Yeah,
looks
no.
like, wait, but I could, good luck, guys. Step back
That's
from the door.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
That's exactly what. Like,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
Who's next?
Next is Ssah'ra, followed by Sahn.
What's it gonna take to free myself?
You probably have to break the bridge and fall.
Well, that's not a good option.
No, it's not. That's why it's a trap.
What I would like to do is break out and then use my bonus action to telekinetically leap to the other side. So that I don't fall.
If you break out of the bridge and get to one of the two adjacent squares, the problem is it's going to take your action to try to break the restraint.
Yeah, that's fine. I got a bonus action that can telekinetically leap me.
Okay, so yeah, give me a DC 20 strength check to break yourself free from the bridge.
Don't fail me now. That's 17 is not good enough, I guess.
17 is not good enough. So you wriggle within your bridge, but don't manage to break loose. It feels like stone on either side of you. The bridge is, or not stone, but a treated wood in relatively good repair on either side of you. There's not a hole through the bridge so much as like the bridge is just grasping onto you. Anything else you'd like to do?
I got nothing else that can turn me incorporeal, so...
Who's next?
Next is Sahn, followed by Ronald.
So Sahn can move to here,
Mhm.
and then manifest Presentience on Ssah'ra as a action.
Okay, wait. Before you do that, remember, if you move on the bridge, it's probably going to go incorporeal again.
Well, I can't take it back, so we're done. That's my turn.
He's wearing the cloak.
Next is Ronald.
Wait, you just called him Ronald.
Every time you call him Ronald, an angel gets his wings.
I know.
Well, I'm hovering over the tokens as I give the names.
I think I was the one who was getting the name wrong.
Who's
for
on
what it's worth?
Who's on Reginald duty today?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm just refreshing my memory on his.
Roy, he's our boy.
I legitimately don't know this character's name anymore.
It's Ronald, like the hamburger clown. Come on.
He is going to dash across the bridge.
So there's a stone door at the end of the bridge that hasn't been opened yet.
Oh, right here?
Yes, he stands before it.
He's gonna go right off the edge of it and
Okay.
basically take up a defensive position there for a moment, just trying to see what.
I don't think he can dodge
hell's
there
going
because he
on?
just dashed.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying dodge. I'm just he's got his back to a wall.
Back
so
to the wall. Got it.
things are less likely to sneak up behind him.
Who's next?
Next is white token number 2.
So Royland gets into position, and then the door slides open automatically, revealing a small room. It's always weird to have the lens on the map. I need to make sure I don't lose it.
Sweep it off of the.
One of these days we'll fight the lens and it'll be like, oh god. Now how do we reveal the
Inside,
map?
like the boss is just the lens of truth.
Is it a giant, like, bullet strip wanted house?
It just has true seeing on everything.
2 boxes in the back of the room. And then I think like a purple color. And then the dragon-shaped statue spewing forth acid through the doorway. So,
Oh, beautiful.
Ssah'ra, Sahn, and Benny. I need a dexterity saving throw. Ssah'ra and Benny, you're making this at disadvantage because you are restrained.
21.
21. You're looking for a 14.
I got a 1, a 1, and a 4.
That's not great.
No, because they're on different dice.
Actually, it's a 24 because I'm
yeah,
close to
you're
Benny.
next
Oh
to
no, he
me.
fell. Never mind.
No, I didn't fall. I'm stuck.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I got a 20.
I'm pondering and rolling this 3. I
Oh,
failed.
oh, it
No,
doesn't
I
matter.
won't. All right, I failed.
All right.
Wait,
So
is this acid by chance?
it
or magic?
is 35 points of acid damage. It's not magic, but it's acid damage.
Okay.
Spews in a line across the bridge, hissing and sputtering the whole time. So Roland is safe, Nazirr is too low, and Nerium is too far away. And it reaches all the way to the end of the bridge. And where the acid touches the stone on this square and maybe part of this square, you see where it blackens and pocks the stone. But the wood sizzles for a moment and steams, but remains untouched.
So what's the effective save about making the save?
Half damage.
I'm gonna spend a spell slot to manifest a blade energy and half it again.
Okay. And then we can come off initiative. Now the trap is spent. After a few more moments, the bridge... I'm still going to make you break these 2 out, I guess. There's not a mechanism for freeing them afterwards. Nazirr, passive perception is what?
17, I want to say.
Minus
Yes.
5?
12.
12? Okay.
Can I do an assist on Ssah'ra making a strength check with perceptions to pull herself out?
Yeah, you can help pull her. I'm not going to make you roll because success
Okay.
will be inevitable after a couple of seconds. And the statue can't fight her again that you know of. You look in there and Alex is pouring another jug of acid into the back of it. He's like, I can do this all day.
So this is where all the acid went.
Yeah, and coming back into the room, you do see this silver dragon statue built up in the center of the room. And on the back of it is an empty reservoir where the acid was being kept.
Is the reservoir made of stone or glass?
It's made of some kind of treated stone. So it's definitely made of stone, but I mean, you can probably detect the faint... There must be faint abjuration magic upon it to safely contain acid. And then, yeah, there's 2 boxes back there.
Would it be possible to break this reservoir so that it can't be refilled?
Plug up the opening or something.
Possible. You want
I'm gonna-
Can Ssah'ra just like destroy this dragon?
to... With what?
I don't know, shovel, crowbar, hammer, and pythons, just like chiseled away.
I would say that at minimum, you would need a pickaxe or something similar. You would need a heavy piercing weapon to put a hole in the back of this stone. You could do some surface damage with a crowbar and like a chisel, but you need something with some real... You need a dwarf with a pick. Put some real damage in.
I don't have a pick.
You could tell us the grade of the stone.
Yeah, when he's done.
Benny throws out some healing for himself.
Okay.
8 hit dice do I have left?
Yeah, I think Ssah'ra's gonna second win.
For the record, the breath weapon was a lot more damage than throwing yourself off the bridge.
Well, that's why I was like, I'll just let fate decide and I'll roll the dice. And I mean, my dice are coming up shit today, so you know.
The good news is if you don't clear the whole dungeon out and you come back, this trap may reset or be different.
That's why I want to destroy it.
Yeah.
No, just turn the dragon into face like this way or
You
something.
can't
Yeah,
turn it's a statue in the center of the room. It's,
Oh,
not,
that's enough-
it's not on a
what's it-
pivot.
With
Is
enough
it-
effort.
Is it made of actual silver?
It's colored. It's got silver coloration upon it. But no, it's a stone statue.
No.
Wood stone.
To look like a
Okay.
silver dragon.
Is the wood magical?
The wood itself out here is
Yeah.
faintly magical because it's treated against the acid damage. And after you wrench Ssah'ra and Benny free, the holes that they leave, the waist-size holes left behind, patch themselves over. Like the wood stitches up the wounds that were left.
You think we should try and collect some acid-resistant healing wood? Make a good shield.
If you can pull some off, we can try it.
That's not my job. That's yours.
Can this be chopped? Like,
Oh,
there's
it's not bad.
there's
idea.
obvious boxes in the back, and we're just like, oh, let's make a shield.
Yeah,
The
The
I
last
guess-
time we
this is the
touched
problem with
obvious
D&D.
boxes-
I roll treasure tables, I put treasure boxes in. Let's break the furniture. Y'all
the last
dorks.
time
A really nice couch. I want it.
the last
Brick
time we went
road.
for the obvious boxes,
Brooker, this is entirely on you because, yes, as Treble was alluding to, you have caused us to become very skittish about any obvious boxes,
So-
which are clearly mimics.
What's the chance this one's a mimic, though? It can't possibly be.
Until what is?
Can
Could
Sah'ra
I
actually
make
pull
a
off-
active arcana check to look for sources of magic in this room?
It's easy enough to detect. The statue itself must have a magical mechanism to fire the trap. There's treatment against the acid damage. Neither of the chests appear to be magic, but there is a faint magical reading from inside of one.
Until we
it's
open
unreal.
them, the answer is 100% and 0% at the same time.
Schrodinger's mimic.
Every
Yeah.
single chest is Schrodinger's mimic.
Can Sah'ra actually pull off some of these planks or wood from the bridge?
If you take your crowbar, you pull a plank off, what happens is the plank loses its magical properties after you pull it off, and then the bridge regrows after it. So you have like a
Okay.
chunk of useless driftwood.
She'll pull a plank off and hand it to Nerium, say, "Here's your shield."
No, Miriam's gone.
Benny will look at this.
Here's your shield.
Which box has the magic in it?
I don't use a shield. It
The
was
one
for you.
that Benny is standing closer to.
Okay.
Benny will examine the box,
Okay, it looks like a treasure box.
and he'll try and open it,
And you open it.
and he'll look inside.
Inside is 1,000 pieces of silver
Oh,
and a potion which bubbles and steams.
Hold on.
Once we've worked through every single one of the crew members, my vote is to just always bring Peachberry since she knows the identify spell.
Well, you could also take the identify spell.
Okay, Benny, get the other one.
Yeah, Benny will do as he's told. and
Okay. Roll
he'll
initiative.
look at the box. I didn't open it, but okay.
You just stood next to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. We'll just keep it on white.
Brick Road.
What?
0% and 100%.
100%.
Yeah, there you go. The math checks out.
Statistics is bullshit. That doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on here. I just want that to be like out in the universe. Statistics is bullshit.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm just gonna put my notes into the chat here that I'm writing here.
Okay, so who's top of my order?
Sahn is first, followed by Nerium.
Well, Sahn is surprised. There's no way any of you could have seen a mimic coming.
Okay.
No one's surprised. Go ahead.
Nobody's
and-
surprised.
So
No.
can I shoot the obvious mimic?
Well, as Benny approaches the box, it sprouts black mushroom caps all over it, and the box opens up and it has teeth. So, yeah, it's super obvious now.
Surprising nobody.
Surprising nobody.
All right, so I'll shoot it.
Yeah, shoot it.
I am too close.
Let's see here. So I have my heavy crossbow out. It's this one, and it has cover. I'm assuming from the statue. If I shoot from here.
No, it's
Oh,
where
stop one.
the token is.
Okay, you said it was next to Benny, but he's next to both of them. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to fire it at it with my heavy crossbow.
Okay.
This is not a sharpshooter, so that's hits an armor class of 19,
19 will hit.
dealing 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Then multi-attack hand crossbow hits an armor class of 23,
That also hits.
dealing 6 piercing damage, and crossbow expert hits an armor class of 20
Also hits.
for an additional 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
And you're staying put there by the statue?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, who's next?
Nerium, you're up.
Nerium, fix it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear the words Nerium. Nerium is going to require a wisdom saving throw, please. Your DC is it 15 or is it 16?
Are you going to make fun of my mushroom mimic?
Yeah, he's gross.
Oh, he is gross, and he got a 7.
Okay. No, just 2. He takes 3 points of psychic damage and gets disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay.
And then Nerium is stepping away from the mimic. And bonus action.
From what, cutting words?
No, that was just vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery. Okay.
Vicious mockery. I'm not using cutting words. That's cutting words is one of my bardic inspiration things. I am not going to use anything. I'm just not going to use my bonus action. I'm going to sit here and chill.
Right in front of the statue. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, isn't this in front of the statue?
Both of those are in front of the statue. The statue's that big purple circle.
I get that, but
Yeah.
I figured the head face was right here.
Maybe it has more than one face. It doesn't, but yeah. All right, who's next?
This is Ronald.
He's using a longbow, isn't he?
He is.
Okay. I'll say Ronald can fire over, like, launch the arrow over the statue, but I'm going to give half cover if he wants to fire from the doorway.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Final Fantasy Tactics rules: longbows fire in an arch, and crossbows always fire straight ahead.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Crossbows firing downhill at the worst.
That's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 4 points piercing damage.
Okay.
And then that's 18 on die to hit
18 will hit.
for 7 points piercing damage.
Okay.
Need to verify his ammunition. Yeah, okay.
Oh, we don't
Pretty
we don't track ammo for the NPCs. We only track ammo for Sahn because he fires 63 bolts per round.
That's true.
I need every one of those. They're all important.
I mean, he do.
They all have names. This one's Fletchy.
And then he's ducking back behind the door. Who's next?
Yeah.
Next is Benedict, and Benedict is going to. Benedict has a sword, and now it's this mimic's problem. Well, maybe it's not much of a problem. I have a 10 to hit.
A 10 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's a mushmik.
Oh, that's better. I have a 23 to hit.
23 will do it.
Kind of like in the middle on spell slots, aren't I? Yeah, we'll just swing at this. 6 non-magical slashing.
Okay. I need just Benny to please make
Oh,
a
that's-
Constitution saving throw. DC is 13.
Pass.
Pass.
I have 8. About time, right? Gotta pass something.
22 points of poison damage, which you can cut in half for passing the save. As the thing uses its bloodied reaction
Oops, hold
to
on.
put poison spores into every square 5 feet around it. So it's a good thing you got
You're
it
not
bloodied before Ssah'ra had to close in.
Well,
You're not
she
like
doesn't close in. She just stands 10 feet away.
Well,
You're not like secretly immune to poison, are you?
No, but I do have protection from poison prepared.
but you hadn't
Well,
casted it.
I hadn't cast it. I
Yeah.
mean, if
So
somebody
it's
wants to go
22
in there,
points, which you can cut in half for passing the
which
save.
yeah,
And also, you're don't have the poisoned condition because you passed the save.
yeah.
So that was its reaction. We're still on your turn.
So there are clouds in this space. Are the clouds linger?
No. Just momentarily. Just a little
Okay,
shock
then I
of
don't need-
spores.
I don't need to move, but I will do this. Just to free up. I don't know. Whatever. Ssah'ra, solve it for me.
Goodbye, my human shield.
I thought it was
He's
a
an
seal.
elf.
Distracted. It's
Elven
looking
shield.
at me and licking its lips. Now you can stab it.
All right,
In the
she
side.
will. Yeah, she'll go stab it. Knowing what's probably coming.
Wait, what? I thought you had a reach weapon. Oh, you have a shield today.
Well, the thing is, the polar mastery bonus attack requires 5-foot range.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Oh, look, that's a 9.
9 won't hit.
I thought my 10 was bad.
You just hear the resentment in his voice today.
That's a 1, which turns into a 1 because it's a d20.
Like, I could be playing that
Why
Condor
did I
mini
even
game.
get up today?
I wouldn't be missing. Try the
Yeah, you
bonus
would.
action.
I've heard the stories from you. I think.
Oh, there's another 1.
Wow, dude.
Okay, that's a little bit like I feel like you're kind of asking for it with your opinions on probability at this point.
I just
Yeah,
watched.
I didn't say anything about probability.
I watched a
Thanks for playing,
17-minute
sir.
video this week, a guy talking about the fairness of a standard D20 versus a spin down D20. And I feel like for Chris, it just wouldn't matter. They both have ones.
It just doesn't matter.
I've looked for the longest time and I could not find this, but if there's a D20 out there, somebody in the comments link this to me if you find it. A D20 where every side is just a 1. I want to buy 2 for Chris and then a bunch for my
Chris
friend.
already has one of those.
Yeah, haven't you
Yeah,
seen
it's
this?
right. He has them right here.
Is Ssah'ra staying put
He's
there?
rolling them.
Yeah, because I don't want to deal with what's going to be a crit reaction if I try to move away.
All right.
Well, Nazirr can fix it then.
Who's next?
Nazir's next. I'm not quiet or muted, am I? Oh, it's picking up.
No.
Okay.
No,
You sound
you're
good,
there.
You're good. Okay.
You're
I'm just-
delightful, Rez.
Oh no, I
You
just
are
didn't
the-
know if I was speaking into the mic or something. Like I'm at an angle.
You're delightful.
Uh,
Destil's my hero, and McDohl's the wind beneath my wings.
Aw.
And Treble's here too.
Treble's here too. And for Treble, it was Tuesday.
And Treble.
Treble was also there.
Let's give this thing a guiding bolt. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that. You're standing on the edge of the statue, so it has no cover from you in that position.
Yeah. How does a 21 do?
That's a lot better than what Ssah'ra was doing.
20 points
Twiddling
better.
Twiddling your snake thumbs.
12 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And bonus action activate Staff of the Adder, just to have it at hand if I need to.
And now it has 2 conditions on it.
Well, it's not really a condition. All that it is that the next attack has advantage on it.
Well, I have to mark it for that point, for that purpose, yeah. It's just rare that I get a monster with 2 conditions in one round. Who's next after Nazirr?
Next is not Ssah'ra. it's the creature.
It's the creature, okay.
Who's going to area attack us?
I need Ssah'ra and Benny to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Well, not Benny, but Ssah'ra, you get a bonus at least.
Ooh.
Oh, Benny gets the benefits of his own bonus.
This does count as a poison effect. So I think both of you get a bonus.
I don't know
Ssah'ra
if
gets
I
like
get
5 bonuses.
Con save, that's like
No,
a
I don't have a.
Con
20.
13. So you're past.
Yeah, 21 or something.
Yeah,
you
Benny did not pass.
Benny, you are poisoned for 1 minute, and while you're poisoned, you are unconscious as you fall asleep and crumple to the ground. And then the
Nap
thing
time.
can make 1 weapon attack, which I'll make against Benny because he's unconscious. So I get to roll at advantage, and if I hit, it's an automatic crit.
Wow.
I still have to hit, though.
Yeah, you just hit.
I have a 17 to hit.
Sorry. That's not.
So the thing grows a fist and just tries to punch at you and just crashes into your armor, and you're just snoozing. Typically, when you're asleep like this, you can jostle somebody awake, but in Benny's case, you'd have to end the poison effect in order to get him to wake up.
Where are we? Oh, Sahn.
Creature's gonna slither around this way because he can get away from Benny safely.
All right, so I'm gonna level my heavy crossbow at it. I'm gonna try a sharpshooter shot.
Yep,
So that hits an armor class of 18,
18 will hit.
dealing 26 piercing damage.
And that is enough to remove the death cap mimic from this mortal coil.
I'll be taking the benefits of the shortest rest for the next minute.
As Benny
Benny
is
doesn't.
snoozing, parts of his flesh and his body start sprouting little mushroom caps.
Oh God! If only it was a disease.
It's
Right?
not. It's poison.
Ugh.
So yeah, the poison lasts for
Don't-
1 minute.
Don't want to. I don't have remove
There we go.
poison to hand, so that is miserable.
I mean, eventually Benny will wake up.
Nazirr, make sure you're careful in the bedroom. This man has fungus.
Shut up.
He has the rots.
That all goes away eventually.
Now, Benny,
Thanks,
Sure.
Paladin.
because your lips and tongue have sprouted little mushroom caps, you're gonna have to talk like you have a swollen mouth for the rest of the session.
I mean, can't I just talk like I normally do? That's more or less.
You have to
accurate.
talk like your mouth is full of mushrooms.
Oh, I'm just coming. So I don't know if like I have like the hints of a speech impediment, I guess. So. But if you want to,
there we go. That's the stuff.
I can do that. I'm sure everybody will not get tired of this at all for the next 3 hours.
There is no mechanic penalty to the little mushroom caps. They're just really funny.
Is that what it says in your notes?
No, I've just inferred that.
Oh, okay.
Do they
Brad,
taste
you need to do,
okay?
like, two
No,
of
they
those
taste
fireball
terrible.
candies and just put them in your cheeks.
So yeah, you took 2,000. I'm sorry, you took 1,000 silver pieces and a bubbling potion out of the real treasure box, and then the fake treasure box fizzles away into a pile of molds sprouting little caps across the stone floor.
And sad misery. And
I'm gonna
Think
highlight.
you okay,
you
Benny?
Want a sample?
I've been better. Sorry. Hold on.
Nazir's actually going
I'm
to
not-
take
I'm
some
not
of this
gonna do
fungus for research purposes.
Try to harvest some?
Yeah.
Okay. You harvest.
I'm real
think you-
tempted to say please short rest, but
Could make a useful poison for somebody.
Maybe. Who
most
knows?
people aren't wounded.
No.
I mean, I'm a little hurt, but I'm also out of hit die, so.
Yeah, I still have how many hit die? I have 3 left. I also am bloodied for what it's worth.
Do you have any lay on hands left?
Oh, I have that full, but
It's an action to use it. I'd say just use it out of combat.
I mean, that's fair. That's a full heal practically in combat emergency.
He's not dead enough to use it yet.
Yeah, I'd rather use the hit dice than the lay on hands. Is where I'm trying to go with this.
And I'll take a rest. It's fine with me. Or I'll just stand guard since I don't need a rest.
I mean, if people are adamant about going forward, then
I won't say no to a rest.
Where would we like to try to attempt to take a short rest?
behind the dragon and not in front of it.
So in the room with the mushroom caps?
Yeah.
Sweep that up into the corner, right?
We're all gonna die of black mold.
Sahn is gonna stand guard out here because he doesn't need or get anything from rest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Can I take my rest over here on this perch? I want to perch. Can I roll the
guess over
perch?
here
You
is
can roll the
probably
perch.
fine.
Yeah.
No, that's an Aarakocra racial bonus.
All right, go ahead and take the benefits of the short rests.
All right, let's throw all these hit dice.
I'm going to take the benefits of my power raid.
What's the? Is it D6? I ask this every time. Nerium. Song
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, that's really good. Hold on. 14.
Ooh, nice.
Everybody got a 6. Let's just.
Yeah.
We'll just use
It's-
them all. Wow, I'm doing
it's-
really good on hit dice today. All right. Well,
It's. Didn't realize you guys liked it this much.
No, it helps. Every little bit helps, honestly.
It adds up.
The value we get out of it depends on how much we short rest, and this party is pretty heavy on short rests.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm
The only
really
thing that'd be
short
better
rest,
if we
I'd
had a
start
warlock.
We.
All right, what's next?
All right. Benny has most of his health back.
Any idea what caused that? What caused this bridge to decide to hate us?
Where
Probably
are you
the dragon.
investigating?
Probably down along the base of the statue, out toward the door to see if there's any kind of.
Are you training
any-
Arcana?
any- I am.
you find the magical conduits that link the statue to the center of the bridge where Ssah'ra was slithering carelessly.
Okay.
Can you cut those conduits?
No, but I'm pretty sure we could probably jump it if it's just in this one area.
Give me an investigation check. Make that at advantage because you're also trained in Arcana.
Sure thing.
I'm picturing Ssah'ra jumping now. She like curls up into like a coil and springs across.
Snakes
Yeah,
can't
she
jump.
just into a
It's
spider.
kind of freaky.
18.
18?
Yep.
On the underside of the bridge where you see these two little like wooden protrusions, that's where you could disable the trap. There's a mechanism you could take apart.
That would require thieves' tools, wouldn't it?
It would also require some way to access the bottom underside of the bridge.
80 feet down, 80 feet above the water below it.
We can hang you from a rope.
Why
You're
don't,
not
we,
ha-
why don't we just use a rope to climb down on this side?
Could do
Is
that.
there a door or anything in here?
In the room, not an obvious one. Are you gonna
Okay.
check
Uh,
around
okay,
for
okay.
Yeah, I'll investigate
Can
and
we
see if there's
search?
a hidden door.
We couldn't see the wall.
Ssah'ra and Sahn, between you, give me an investigation check to check around the walls of the room.
One at advantage or just one?
I'll let you decide. You can have one do it at advantage, or you can each do an individual one. Either way is fine with me.
Let's do individual.
Okay.
Which one of you
And
has
I'm-
the higher investigate?
I've already got a perceptions.
I got a plus
Okay.
1 on mine.
Okay, you take a bard die.
What's
I'll
the
peek
D8
in and
now?
give y'all a. It's a D8.
It's a 10 for me.
A 10. How did Ssah'ra do?
Ssah'ra did like Ssah'ra. She had a 15.
Okay. Didn't find
Nerium, you
anything
got-
obvious in the wall. However, back here, there is a map credit.
Hey, you found it.
Ooh.
This
Congratulations.
map, courtesy of, what is that? Saving Thrower at DeviantArt. Thank you for drawing you the nice water temple map for everyone.
Is that a
it's-
DC 1
it's a really
check?
nice. It's a really nice map, but you shouldn't put a DC on your credit.
That's a
Yeah,
DC 1 check. I was going to reveal that anyway.
Oh, okay. Even so,
Okay, so Nerium, do you think you could you're the one who's got proficiency in thieves tools, yeah?
Yeah,
Do you think you could disable this thing? This mechanism?
I cannot fly.
We can hold you up. It's fine.
I do not trust Ssah'ra to hold me up.
I can hold you up.
I trust Sahn to do it.
I can't
Sounds
hold you
dinky with
up.
a strength.
So what's the plan here? What's the play?
It sounds like they're going to dangle me on a fish hook underneath the thing, and I'm going to try and disable the trap.
We're gonna do a Mission Impossible thing.
so, but question though, why do we need to disable this trap if we have a rope that we could just do this?
Because if we come back, we don't want to deal with it.
Do you have rope? You guys
Which-
used up like 100 some odd
which-
feet of rope.
Where
Ssah'ra
would we
still has
come back
50 feet.
from? All the places that we can go here, they literally goes in one place.
I've used all 100 of my feet of rope.
Ssah'ra still has 50 feet of
So-
silken rope.
You need 80 to get to the floor from here.
I have 40 feet of chain.
No, we're just
attached
gonna
to the
dangle
bottom.
her from the bridge.
Okay, this is what I want everybody to do. I want you to dangle me off the side here, and I'm gonna draw a. I'm gonna take my paint out, and I'm gonna draw a ladder.
Just on like the side of the wall.
Yes.
So 80 times 5 is what?
400.
400?
So that's
Or
how,
40.
Yep.
how many square
times
feet
5.
of paint you need to paint a ladder from here to the floor.
That is such a tall ladder, and I play Satisfactory. I don't know if that's worth it.
It's
so
worth
much
it.
paint.
It's worth it.
That's
mean-
so much paint. But
Gonna need somebody to make the obvious joke once somebody starts climbing down this ladder.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Yeah, gotcha.
oh,
So
the
yeah.
chain's only 10 feet. Okay.
Nerium,
Yeah.
you paint 400 square feet worth of ladder. It takes forever, but you have a ladder now.
Yes. There is now a ladder.
Great.
What a thrill.
That's good enough. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I thought we had to climb up the ladder to get that song.
Well, if you climb down, it plays it backwards. It's like an
Oh
Easter
god, that sounds creepy as hell.
Eat a snake.
No, it'd
It's-
be more like.
there's a
I
door
can't
down
do
here.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Alright.
just making up.
So Ssah'ra is going south. Sahn is going north.
Oh, well, Benny will go west.
So we're
Yeah,
splitting up
there's a
in
door
5
over here
ways.
we haven't checked.
No.
There is a door down here we haven't checked. Yes.
I was just moving back a bit.
Okay. So that what we want to do next?
Yeah. Sirha, you want this one or?
I will carefully investigate the door from the side.
You have to tell me exactly how carefully. No, it's just a door that'll slide open.
She will stand to the side and slide it open.
Okay.
I know Ssah'ra doesn't have feet, right? But my fighter, I literally opened every door like by booting it open, and it never once backfired on me. Not a single time.
I
So I
feel
will
like
use the tail
Benny
to
is
slide it open.
more of that style too. The Gus approach. His hands are full.
Ssah'ra.
Yeah.
It's a 3-tiered room. You're coming on the bottom tier. Then you've got stairs coming up to a second landing, and then further stairs coming up to a third landing. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is anything south, or is it just...
On the second landing is a treasure box.
Mimic?
And then on the balcony of the third landing is another box.
So
Every 5-foot square, once you get onto the second and third landing, contains an unmarked, a small, maybe 2-foot tall, functionally it looks like a tombstone, poking up out of the floor, made of the same material. They're all unmarked and unadorned, just plain rectangular with a slight rounded edge upon the top, so there are no sharp corners.
Oh no, we found the bones files.
So I will pull out
I'm
her
just gonna look
glaive.
for any sign of fungus or mushrooms.
So Ssah'ra's looking for what?
Ssah'ra is pulling out her 10-foot glaive.
Okay. And Benny
And she's
is going to start looking for fungus.
She's gonna
Well, he wants-
she's gonna
if
stand
there's-
back and she's gonna start poking, I guess, the first tombstone in front of her.
Now, as you poke tombstones with your glaive, they're just solid stone.
Okay, they're not moving or...
Are these are not boxes? These are tombstones.
Those are boxes.
Oh, okay,
Every
well,
5-foot square on the second and third landing contains at least one tombstone.
I see. Is there any sign of fungus like there was in this room up here?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. One. Is one enough?
You don't see any sign of such.
There
Well,
is, because he's
Nazirr's
covered in
right.
fungus.
Nazirr is holding them. Can he? I'll ask him to like compare.
What's next?
Hey, Ronald, why don't you see if you can put an arrow in that thing, see if it tries to come alive and try and devour us.
Is that what he's going to do?
Yeah, he doesn't have ammo.
He does. He just happens to have exactly enough ammo to get him through this dungeon.
I'm carefully tracking his ammo
That quiver is
Why?
very tightly packed.
It's not on his stat block.
because I'm being a fair player.
So-
18 to hit the box.
To be clear,
With an arrow.
you've given him some arbitrary amount of ammo that you're now deducting. What are you doing exactly?
I started with 20.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been recovering half after every combat.
Roll initiative.
Oh, I knew it. Okay. I should have just done what I was gonna do, but now I'm gonna do it in combat. That's not great.
You want me to go before or after you, Nerium?
You can. Either's fine. I have no preference. I'm not going to do anything useful.
Hey, you grant disadvantage to attacks, like... That is useful. First is Sahn.
Okay. So yeah, Ronald puts an arrow in the thing, and you hear a loud thunk. And for a moment, you're thinking, "Oh, this one's not the mimic." But then it turns out that it's totally the mimic. So Sahn,
Okay.
the thing has now come
Do
to
it.
life, being grazed by
Do you want
Ronald's
Ron-
arrow.
Do you
So I'm
want Ronald to
gonna
roll
level my
damage?
heavy.
No, don't give me damage or anything for Ronald. He shot him off initiative. He's not going to do. I'm not going to award him damage. for
I'm
that.
gonna. Do I have his
Fine.
line of sight here, or do I have to move a little bit?
I would give him. Well, I would award I think, half cover from that space.
Sure, you do that, and I'll just sharpshooter it.
God damn it.
So I'm going to take a sharpshooter shot.
Yeah.
That hits an armor class of 15.
15 will hit.
Sorry.
Dealing... Where did that land? Dealing 18 piercing damage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to multi-attack with a hand crossbow. That hits an armor class of 8.
8 will not hit.
And sharp crossbow expert bonus attack. That hits an armor class of 20.
20 will hit.
Dealing 20 piercing damage.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Who's next?
Next is Nazirr.
I think another guiding bolt will work just fine. What do you guys think?
Yeah, go for it.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh.
18 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Nobody's within 5 feet, so when its spores go off as its reaction, they are ineffective.
And next attack on it has advantage.
Correct. Who's next?
Well, it's Nerium's up.
Yep, I'm going to move
All right.
over here, though.
Can I see it from here?
I'm going to give it half cover for that position.
I don't have any attacks that require an attack roll. Not a single one.
Well, no, that's my way of saying you can kind of see it.
Okay. I need a wisdom saving throw, please, as I viciously mock it.
Again?
Yeah.
Are you
No,
using,
I've only mocked this one once.
are you using the same joke you used on the other one?
Yeah.
This one didn't hear it.
Recycling jokes? Actually, it did because they have a
It's a
psychic
hive
connection
mind?
with all other
Are
death
they a
caps in the area.
hive mind?
So, like, it's not insulted by the joke. It's insulted that you've recycled the joke.
Well, okay. Is it insulted enough that I get to do 8 damage to it?
Yes.
Okay. 8 psychic damage and disadvantage on the first attack it makes.
Okay.
All right, you guys got this.
Who's next?
Next is Benny. Hey, you know that spell I said I had? I cast it.
What's spell?
Benny casts protection from poison.
Smart.
Yeah, and then he'll do this so that it hopefully won't run away.
Okay.
Do I have a useful bonus action here? Actually, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use my Harness Divine Power. Oh wait, no, I would have already done that. Never mind, I don't have a bonus action. Okay, next is the thing.
The thing.
Yeah. Sorry, it doesn't have a name. So.
Step forward. So first, let's get a Constitution saving throw from Benny and Ssah'ra, please.
Oh, Ssah'ra, you're still with the 10.
DC is 13.
Oh, now I passed the save. 20.
Both of you have resistance against poison damage. That's pretty good.
Con save?
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I guess, your bonus is +3, Benny?
+3, yeah.
That's 13.
All right. So it puts out its sleeping spores, but neither of you are affected. And it can make one weapon attack. I don't really have a good option for weapon attack. I guess I'll attack Benny. It just has the more punchable face.
A disadvantage.
Right. So that's going to become a 13 to hit Benny.
13 does not hit.
No good. That's it. Who's next?
Next is Ronald.
Yeah, so I think 2 arrow shots are in a good order here. Let's move over here next to Nazirr,
Okay.
and we'll fire 2 arrows. That's an 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
8 points piercing damage from that one.
Okay.
Second arrow. That's an 18 on die. And 11 points from the second shot.
And that's enough. Once again, the thing melts away into a pool of mold spread across the floor that sprouts little black mushroom caps.
Oh, that's what they look like. Well, we'll go up to the top floor.
What about this one?
There's another treasure chest up there.
If people don't want to stand here, I could just boot it off the landing, unless that's not a thing that can be done.
Benny, before you do that, what's
Yeah.
your passive perception -5?
8.
8. Okay. So you get to the top, there's another treasure chest up there.
Yeah, I'll try the shove action.
So you just shove the box.
Yeah.
And there's a loud crash as the box clatters to the floor, sending silver coins scattering out in all directions amidst the
I knew
tombstones.
that was going to happen.
God damn it, Benny.
I knew that was going to happen. But
Nazirr, passive perception -5?
12.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have the big bad light source, don't you?
Yeah, I have the.
So
I
just
have the-
passive perception then.
Yeah, it's a 17.
So this is a fairly tall room because you've got about 8 feet of stairs or so between the bottom floor, the middle, and then the middle and the top where you are. So you're a good 20 feet or so above Nerium, standing up here, and it's just you can just hop down next to her from where you are. There's not like a banister or anything. Looking forward across where your boyfriend just kicked all of the treasure all over the floor, and now it's going to take all day to clean up, and nobody brought a broom. Oh my God! Up high on the wall, across. You understand what I mean? Behind where the mimic was, 2 large splotches. One directly across in front of you, here, and one on the south over here at the edge of your torchlight, where the stone looks discolored. A large splotch of differently colored stone.
Hey, Benny, hold this on that light.
Huh? And he
Hold
points
this
it
on
where-
that.
He points it where Nazirr directs him to. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Nazirr is going to hop down, and he's going to wild shape into something with a climbing speed.
A
Is
gibbon?
this the edge of the room right here?
Yes.
How
I can't
high
actually
up are
see
these
it.
discolorations?
So when Nazirr hops down, they're high enough up on the wall that they're above his head. So they're a good 8 feet or so, maybe 10 feet off the floor from Nazir's position.
Nerium, we may need a stepladder.
Carrying around an 80-foot ladder. Sounds awful.
Or somebody can stand on my shoulder.
6 adventures from Nerium's like, no, I'm not painting any more ladders. They're so boring.
Actually, I'm just counting the spaces here.
Are these tombstones doing anything weird?
No. I mean, they look kind of weird. It's
So for
little
reference, the
unsettling.
80-foot ladder that Nerium painted spans this entire room.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. It took forever.
Wait, Brick, important question. Are the tombstones engraved with the names of Kickstart supporters?
Yes, they are, but I've never received any money from Kickstarter. I have 0
You should ask
Kickstarter
this
supporters.
Are they your Patreon subs?
Are there any overt magical auras in this room?
No.
Okay.
Best I can do is a spider. So yeah, Nazirr wolf spiders up to get a closer look at this.
It's solid stone. It's just differently colored from the surrounding area. There's like a rough blob shape, maybe 5 foot square or so area of stone that is not the same color as the rest of the wall.
Sahn, do you want to stand on my shoulders and play with it?
Isn't Sahn like 8 feet tall?
You could climb.
You
pretty
want me
well,
to snake up your body and play with it?
But he's really spidery, so like, sure, I could stand on her shoulders easily.
Yeah, Ssah'ra will hold Sahn up.
Okay.
Then you'll point the light in the where he is.
And Nazirr will stand on the wall on the other side.
And everywhere you move in this room, you're constantly shuffling through silver coins that have been skittered all over the place.
Nerium, start to pick up the coins.
Nerium.
Yeah.
As you climb the stairs, there is an object that fell out of the treasure box, which is now laying on the ground open at your feet. That is not a coin. It is a small, empty potion bottle with a note tied around its lip.
I'll pick it up, read the note.
The note reads, "Protection from death. Do not drink."
And it's empty?
And it's empty.
Is it stoppered?
No,
Is the vial broken from the fall?
it's not. It just kind of clattered to the ground out of the box.
Huh.
Ronald is just quietly collecting coins, piling them up as best he can.
Is it Ronald's job to? I mean, he probably takes the job. Like, you all do the adventuring, I'll do the housework. I'm fine with that. Yeah, Ronald can collect another 1,000 pieces of silver as you guys are checking out the rest of the room.
I'll pocket
Alright,
the
So what can I? No.
glass bottle.
What can I do from my position on top of Ssah'ra's shoulders?
Not a lot. It's a solid wall.
Okay.
So I mean, you go through it. You don't find any. You don't find seams or edges. Yeah, you need digging tools to go through it or magic.
What about the other?
I got stuff for mountain climbing, son. If you want to like hammer some pythons into the rock.
I mean, I've got Python and hammers, but
Yeah, you can hammer spikes into the wall. That you're not gonna be able to destroy a wall with hammer and spikes.
yeah.
Benny points the light source at the second splotch. I guess it's down here. Huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
And says, "What about this one? Is it they're two different colors from each other?"
So I want you to picture a giant snake lady holding up a giant bug man as they walk together to the other thing.
You don't have to carry him across the room.
No,
You
but
can
she
get
did
down.
because
Okay.
she's a good friend.
I don't think that describes Ssah'ra at all, but go on.
She's
ahead.
showing off.
The two splotches are the same. I mean, I
Is
don't
it
know if I'm.
reasonable to infer that they're the same material?
I don't mean to
Those
keep
splotches.
making Metal Gear references, but it's similar to the gimmick in Metal Gear Solid where you know where to put the C4 on the wall because it's a different color. It's still a wall; it just hasn't been painted yet. That was the.
So where's the storeroom with the C4?
C4, yeah.
I mean, you have to beat
Fireball.
Revolver Ocelot first.
Sure, let's fight Revolver Ocelot.
How would I model that boss fight in D&D?
You would attack like a wall and have to just draw lines all over the place.
So the problem is that Ronald would
You'd
be
be
playing
like,
by original
okay.
Metal Gear Solid rules, and Ocelot
There,
would
I
be
got
impossible
4
to hit. Sahn rolls up with Twin Snake rules. It just goes into first-person mode. No, there's no Ocelots in here as far as you know.
Revolver Ocelot. It's an Ocelot that is also a gun. That's how you model it.
Okay.
So like, what is the plan here? Like, we're gonna like Python things in there, like connected to a rope, and like try to yank it open.
I was thinking like if we at least like stick pythons in it, maybe that would disturb it. in some
Well,
way.
there's nothing to open. There's no seams. There's no brickwork. There's no mortar. It's just a solid wall that's a different color from the rest of the surrounding wall.
Hey,
Need a
Ned,
sledgehammer.
can you shut
mean, I-
down?
No,
Anybody got a shatter spell?
Can the drum do that? Actually, I don't know.
Can the drum destroy the wall?
Well,
We
the
might-
drum can do weird and interesting things now, right? Like you can like tunnel through earth or something.
it would allow me to go through, meld through stone, but not any of
guess
you.
I guess you'd be stuck back there too.
What if the spider crawls through the stone?
We might
I
just mark this for next time we come in the dungeon.
Yeah,
If we
that's
don't-
fair. We'll probably come back here.
Or we could you don't want to try and clear it this session?
I just don't know if there's anything else in here. Like maybe look, there's plenty of more space in this dungeon.
There's
Yeah,
there's
clearly got to be something behind these though, because why is
If
it
nobody
discolored?
has a spell that can like break through the stone, I don't know what else we can do.
Next time we can bring a sledgehammer and a spike.
or prepare
mean,
different spells?
I could
Yeah.
draw more hands.
Can you draw a sledgehammer?
I mean, sure. Nerium draws a giant, like
20-foot sledgehammer.
It's
Not
got to
a
be big
20
enough for me to lift up. My strength
Like,
is only
I
20.
draw a maul. Big two-handed hammer.
Have you guys ever seen those little things?
With
These
got a
little, like,
smiley face on one end.
these little like pen devices that like paint with like melted wax that immediately
Yeah.
hardens. That's
3D
what.
pins, yeah.
Yeah. So you're painting a sledgehammer? I think we can call that 10 square feet.
No, I'm not painting. I'm painting unless there is like there would be a functional difference between a maul and the weapon, the weapon and the sledge, and just a sledgehammer as a tool.
I would say there's an appreciable difference, probably.
Okay.
They're
Which
different-
one's better for
different
breaking
shapes.
through walls?
Yeah. Can I just draw a pickaxe instead?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I draw a pickaxe.
And can we also have a way to raise Ssah'ra up? Because I'm not as strong as she is in terms of like me holding her up or anything.
She
Oh.
can fly.
Oh,
No, telekinetically it's not a fly. It just lets you fly for a split second.
If someone wants to hold the light source, I can hold Ssah'ra, or Ssah'ra can hold me.
Oh,
yeah, I can hold the light source.
not many.
Can I also draw like a how high up is it?
About 10, maybe 12 feet off the ground from that second level.
Okay. How high would a stepladder have to be to reach?
I'm
Just
going
like
to
a
say
folded
you
stepladder.
can't get good leverage standing at the top of a stepladder to swing a hammer.
That's fair.
As it
Okay,
is,
so
I'm going
I'll-
to make Benny roll a saving throw to hold her weight as she's swinging it. Although I
Okay, I'm
imagine
gonna-
Ssah'ra would have an advantage here because she can coil her tail around him. rather than-
That's what she's doing.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Okay.
And Benny's strong enough that he could probably hold.
Benny, give me a strength saving throw at advantage, and Ssah'ra. I mean, so which one are you breaking? The south one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And Ssah'ra, take up percentage.
24 is my save.
Just a bright pink sledgehammer with a like smiley face drawn on the side and butterflies on it.
There's
Is
a
it a-
stamp on the end, so she's hammering
Just-
away.
just
and
a
it's
single
making
D20?
face.
Yeah, it's going to be a straight strength check for you.
What the hell are these dice? It bounces off like rubber.
So both of you, if you want to keep at it, here's what I'm going to do. Both of you keep making those two same checks.
I'll give you another percentage.
Can I get a
And
Can I get a bardic inspiration? Just hang on to in case I fail.
In case you biff
That's
it.
a 22.
I gotta make a strength check, but I wanted to know if I could have that backup.
can Nazirr just give you the his
Can't
Not-
cast
not the
spells
spider.
while I'm spidered.
okay.
So the
Yeah, I
second,
guess you can have it.
we're good on the second swing. You didn't drop her, and she got a 22.
Well, I'm gonna see if I don't drop her. And this is why
Whereas-
I asked for the.
So 7 plus 5. Oh, okay.
So I have 11. Does 11 succeed?
No,
Does 17 succeed?
17 will succeed.
The dice helped me. Thank you.
You're making your strength saves at advantage, remember?
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Okay.
I borrowed Ssah'ra's dice.
So the second swing, Ssah'ra, you start breaking into the wall, and dust and chunks of it clatter to the floor. Third swing, let's get those rolls.
All right, we'll do it without. That'll probably be okay. I have a 20.
That's a 14.
So you hold her up, but she does no appreciative damage. Give me the fourth swing.
11.
That's a 15.
So you drop her on the fourth swing. You just, maybe you don't drop her, but you're just wobbling too much that she can't get an effective swing. So I'll let you make the fifth rolls with this understanding. On the fifth roll and every fifth roll thereafter, I'm going to apply a level of exhaustion to each of you.
I need to look at.
This will work eventually, but this is a very difficult and strenuous task. So far,
Holy
Ssah'ra,
moly.
you've done a little bit of damage to the wall. If you get another couple good hits like that one that you got, you'll make a hole.
Can I get some dice that roll better than like a
Where
5?
where is exhaustion on here? Conditions? There we go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, swinging at the wall, you've confirmed that it's not just solid bedrock behind it. That much is clear just from whacking it.
I mean, I'll go again. Oh, so if we take this fifth try, we get exhaustion.
If
Not if we fail.
if you attempt it on this fifth try and then again on the 10th and then again on the 15th, I'm going to apply a level of exhaustion.
But do
I
we
don't
wanna
think
hit
it's.
this?
I don't think it's worth it because
We can hit this on
after
the way
this-
back and get exhausted
Yeah.
and leave.
Okay.
Well, after this attempt, then I roll with disadvantage, and then
Yeah,
this
that's
will
what
go
I'm saying.
down-
Instead,
That's
we
gonna go
can-
downhill really quickly.
So what I'll do
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying.
after you've completed a short rest, I'll let you start this process over again from the start. Because by then you'll have had time to relax and let your muscles cool down. And
Okay, but our progress is saved.
your progress is saved.
Yeah,
Quick
quick save. Save.
So
in
okay,
slot
so
two,
do we
make
want
it
to
badly.
hit it again and then take a rest, or do we want to do the rest of the dungeon and then come back here on the way out?
No, we're coming back here. We don't want to get exhausted.
Okay.
Like you guys, you don't. There's probably like a solution in there somewhere. Like maybe
No, I
there's
think
like
this is the solution.
this is a solution. For
Miriam
sure.
has painted her way out of every puzzle and trap for 9 sessions, and now she wants to look for the solution.
Yeah, right. She just
So
likes
I-
seeing us sweat.
I got a
question.
I got a message from a friend. He said he got to the video, the part of the video where I painted the hands and I described them as rubbery and boneless. And his response was, "Why are you like this?"
What? Well, you don't know. Why are you like this?
I
Solution that has
so you want to? My answer was gas station hot pockets.
Yeah, gotcha.
Brick question.
Yeah.
If I were to use the pickaxe on one of these tombstones, would that incur a level of exhaustion?
No, probably not. I'm gonna try to shatter one of these little tombstones.
Yeah, she's gonna tell everyone she's gonna tell people what she's gonna do so they can get in position in case something bad happens.
Now, if this was net hack and you were an archaeologist, you would incur a luck and wisdom penalty because it's technically grave robbing.
Yeah, Ssah'ra doesn't care about that.
No, you just break one of the little stones and it shatters.
Okay, nothing happens.
So coming back out to the main room, you have these 2 stairs leading down on either side of the central waterway. Then there's a couple of doorways up here in the north. And then there's the stairs through which the water is flowing down.
we want to start here. 'Cause
Yeah, I think so.
Here. Okay.
Coming down into this chamber, as you step in, how do I have 2 lenses? Why? What? Oh.
You copied it.
One of them's the lens mimic.
One
The
of them
lens mimic,
reveals
oh no.
truths. One reveals truths, the other reveals lies.
Stepping down into this room, Benny with Nazirr riding his head. As you descend the stairs, at first the room is dark, but as you cast your light into it, as though in response to the light, the room illuminates from the floor up. So the tile across the floor is actually glowing with this dim, ghostly luminescence. The water flowing lazily across through this pool area, down this slight decline into, and in here it's swirling in a circle as though it's draining, but the water level is not actually lowering. And then in the center of the pool, hovering above the center, is a very large fork.
Like a tuning fork?
We
Okay.
can't. Ugh.
Or a silverware
d-
that you eat with?
Like a trident.
Oh, okay.
And then
Weren't we
there's
told to
doorways
come
off
down
the
here
other
for
side.
this? This is what we were told to come down here for. wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Nazirr points out telepathically that this is the thing. It's, well, who knows? It might be a decoy trident.
Well,
Does it have a magical aura?
Oh, yes.
we could-
I
In
want,
fact, there's lots of magic in this room. The floor is magic, the water is magic, the trident is magic.
Maybe we should come back for this.
we could pick it up last as we go. I mean,
Are those exits on the side, or is that just?
Those are exits on the side, yes.
Okay.
Hallways
And he
on either
laughs
side.
nervously and says, "Who's gonna take it? It's been here for who knows how long."
Well, the kobold could sneak down in here and grab it.
I mean, the kobold is protecting this place as a religious site, right?
Yes, that's his claim. He's trying to keep you people out because you people are trying to steal its treasures. So
He's not very
really,
good at his
he's
job.
the good guy.
Is there
Yeah.
anything in this temple that makes me think of Osprey? Now that consider that.
A fork? The giant magical.
But is
Like,
this? Well, I mean, before that, I guess. Like
It's on the bottom of the ocean.
This is the first part we've been into the temple. Like before this, it was a cavern.
All right. Well, so what do you want to do? Well, I mean, Benny will just step into the room.
Okay.
And then that's a door.
It's a doorway leading into a little alcove off to one side.
Okay.
And there's another one off to this side.
So there's a door.
Yeah. Well, we'll do this.
Okay. And looking through the doorway, you can see a stone corridor before you.
I'm not in a square, I realize. But... Then he'll turn around and say, "We going this way?"
Should we do something about the incredibly magical fork?
Are you gonna touch it? I don't want to touch it.
I think something bad's gonna happen, so why don't we see what else is in here first?
God magic is not. Nerium just
thought-
kind of doesn't have words.
I thought Benny used god magic. Seems fine.
I mean, can I Arcana it and like get a read on anything about
Not
it?
from your position where you are now, no.
Oh, I mean, we'll go back in the room.
Okay. Standing at the edge of the pool and looking down, whereas the water where you entered from is incredibly deep because you had to swim through the extent of it from the other side. The channel that it flows into is relatively shallow. So like this square here, or these squares to the north, you could maybe wade across. However, the depth of this part with the swirling motion is not possible to gauge from the edge looking down.
Does this look like something I could swim in safely with a swim speed of 30?
You would not be able to keep yourself motionless because you'll be carried by this swirling current.
So I'll just sort of do this sort of thing, probably.
Either that or you'll be taken downward.
Or safe, yeah.
You'd
I'm
be
not
flushed.
actually doing it, I was demonstrating.
Is this a magic toilet? Does it flush into the elemental plane of water?
Nobody knows.
Somebody knows. You know.
How high in the air is this thing hovering?
It's floating a few feet above the surface of the pool, so you can't do a good like investigative check on it from the edge of the pool. It's too far away. You can look at it, you can tell that it's magic, but you'd have to get closer to it.
If I were to make a running leap to grab it, would that be possible? I have a strength of 16.
Yeah, from either of the two doorways, I would say that'd be very possible.
Yeah, Benny looks at everybody and says, "Well, when we're ready to do this, I think I could just leap and grab it and then teleport to safety.
Go for it.
Do we want to do this right now?" And he puts Nazirr spider gently on the ground. So
Is everybody
it
rested and
doesn't get
refreshed when the
flushed.
So that's
Yeah.
like are we good that when the hand of God comes down and smites Benny, we can actually do something?
Well,
I
Benny
mean, I
is
don't know.
actually
I can give you a
follower of
perceptions.
Benny actually is a follower of Osprey.
So there's not going to be a
Which is why he's
skill check
volunteering to
involved.
do this.
You just straight up need a 16 or higher strength score in
Yeah, I
order to
have
make this running leap. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, you'd be
You have a
running
perceptions in case any skill check does come up.
yeah.
from
If
this
you
hallway.
If you don't want to be in this room, leave now.
Somebody going to count him down?
Well, I mean,
No, Zahn's gonna be here. Like,
well,
I'm not gonna let you do this alone.
When I teleport, wild magic surge goes off.
I still think if like the door seals, I'd rather not have you trapped in here by yourself.
So I believe you need, to
You
be,
know what? I appreciate that.
you need to be standing in a space to teleport using the thither boots. You can't do it from midair.
Well, once I hit the surface of the water, that's a space, right?
If you hit the surface of the water. I thought the idea was to jump across the pool and like land over here.
Oh, I was just gonna try and grab it, and then the second I grabbed it, teleport somewhere.
I mean, you can make.
But you're
like,
right.
you
I
can-
could just jump across.
That's
the
what I'm
whole
saying. Is you
thing.
need to be standing
Yeah.
somewhere to teleport. You can't teleport from midair.
Oh, I assumed that if I was in the water, that
No.
would be
So
teleport eligible.
you can
That
do a
doesn't-
long jump a distance equal to your strength score. So from jumping from here to here requires 16 strength to clear the 15-foot gap.
Yeah, no, I will do that. Sorry,
Okay.
I was trying to end here, and then when I hit the water, teleport.
Think, Benny, think.
But
This is
yeah,
the-
I'll just show trail.
I think that's the problem.
All right.
Don't think, feel. Hop. Oh, I was supposed to grab it. No, no, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Yeah, he'll grab it.
The trident is an illusion and vanishes as soon as you come into contact with it. Benny, 3 squares. It's only 15 feet. I'm going to give you 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you end up in this square. As you
Can I
cross the
teleport now?
plane of the pool, a bubble forms around the perimeter of the pool, floating above it with you inside, made of solid ice. And you crash into the inside of it, tumble to the ground, and then it begins filling up with water.
Well, there could be worse people in here. If anything.
Oh no, we have to hey quickly or he will drown.
Well, yeah, that's the trap, but
Yeah.
something
Benny will
something
shrug.
seal.
Yeah. Benny will shrug and go goodbye as his hand slowly sinks, and then he'll just try and swim this way.
Son, can you pop the bubble?
Thither boots, thither boots, thither boots.
Well, can I?
Can we? Yeah,
Is that
can we
like
see him
little
from where we are?
boots? Am I allowed to thither boots in here? That wasn't established.
I'm going to
Does it
say no
state-
because the ice would be opaque. Or at least opaque enough that you couldn't see through it.
Does the ice extend underwater?
No, the whole ice bubble is floating above the swirling pool, and once you crash inside it, over the course of the next few rounds, it fills up with cold water.
Well, can I just swim over here?
No, because you're inside of a giant ice bubble. It's
Oh, but
Can
I
we
mean
break the
under
bubble?
the water level, and then. Oh, this might not be. That's kind of shallow.
all right. Maybe I'm describing this wrong.
Vinny, you're inside a bubble.
You're in.
I'm aware of that, but you said it floated on the surface.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but you
it's not
can't
say it
floating.
went all
You're
the
in
way
bubble.
through.
Benny, above the surface of the pool, a
Yeah.
very large circular sphere of ice that you are inside.
Okay.
You're not in the pool.
I see. That's
The
the problem.
sphere fills up with cold water, so you can swim around in your little fishbowl.
Oh, it's nice in here.
It's actually very cold. It's not cold enough to deal damage, but it's very cold.
Well,
in
I'm
here.
resistant to cold, so this is pleasant.
It's an extremely dangerous trap for literally any other character.
Yeah, this is why Benny does what he does. So. After a little bit of fun, he'll try and chip his way out.
With what?
I mean, we have a hammer.
Like a
Yeah, can I just break the ice bubble?
Yeah, Ssah'ra, you
Go
can
for
come
it.
up from the side,
yeah.
lean
Take
out,
out
a
pretensions.
and after
Nazirr,
a couple whacks, you break a hole in the ice and starts draining water out of it. And then, Benny, I'll leave it up to you if you want to come out onto the safety of the platform or into the swirling water.
No, he'll just hop over here and be like, "Well, that was refreshing."
We have to hop over to where Ssah'ra is, 'cause that's where the hole's going to open up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well,
And then after
we
you
will do that
leave-
and then immediately leave, and thank Nazirr.
The ice sphere cracks, falls down into the water, and begins to melt into the swirl. And as that happens, as the ice diminishes, the fork, or the illusion thereof, reapparates in the center.
well, I was going to use, a bonfire to melt you out of there, but since we weren't of any kind of rush, but thank you, Ssah'ra.
You wouldn't have anywhere to put a
Me.
bonfire.
I guess it's gotta be on ground. or
You have to be on the ground.
Nazir, I would never deny you of unconditional love of your puppy.
It's never a bad idea to make Ssah'ra do actual work.
Benny looks at
Naz-
Nazirr after that
Nazirr-
comment. Benny looks at Nazirr and says, "Woof."
No,
Oh my God.
Nazirr shares a knowing glance with Benedict.
Ssah'ra shudders and goes to check out the hallway.
Okay. So we're
Ronald
Thanks for
is in
going-
just the
we'll
other
go
room
that way.
going, why did I agree to come with these people?
looking into this room. I'll go ahead and give this to you. There's a door on the far end of it. The room itself. Let me get the correct color. Contains 2 treasure boxes.
Well, I have protection for poison up still, so.
Roland.
And then looking into the other room, you have this corridor, but there are openings on either side of it that haven't been explored yet.
Yeah. We'll
Let's
My
pick
name's Ronald.
one direction. Let's not split up and go to 2 different rooms, unless you guys really want to split up.
We'll work on this. It's revealed, so.
Roland, go shoot the boxes.
Ssah'ra, his name is Ronald.
It's Reginald.
Ronald.
Hey, Roy.
Like the hammer.
Ronnie.
I think he's just gonna not come with us ever again at this rate.
No,
So
we're not seriously.
part of it's funny because part of the character's backstory is like part of his curse is that like his family name was stolen, so his name is in a state of flux, I guess.
I mean, if Ronald is his chosen name, then we need to respect that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like we're
he
being
hasn't
high school
corrected
bullies,
any of you.
but inadvertently.
Listen,
Also, he's very sad and depressed. And
I'm
general, and I
I'm
feel
like
bad
trying
about
not
it.
to. I'm not trying to contribute any more to it to his mental
He's a fearball. He's a jolly fellow.
lack
Who's
of
next?
well-being.
Unless you said he was an Eeyore.
He's like a pleasant Eeyore.
Hey, he's pleasant to cook with. He's a great chef. Benny works for the guy.
So yeah, there's a door on the opposite side of this room, and then there's 2 treasure boxes.
Well, let's just start here.
Benny. Let him shoot the boxes.
Let's be smart about this,
Like,
please.
we know at least
we
one.
know
if not
what's gonna
both of
happen.
those.
All right. Well, I mean, if I'm here, then they can't come through to get you.
Sahn, do you want to get in a better position so you can just like
No, I'm
unload
fine.
after they come to life?
I got plenty of movement.
Okay.
Which one is Ronald shooting?
He takes out 2 arrows, closes his eyes, twirls it around, points at this one.
So firing at the north one first. Okay.
Yep. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, roll initiative.
That gets thrown away.
Oh, we'll just do that.
I also got a natural 20 on that.
Me too. But I roll 2 dice, so it's not
You
fair.
want me to go before or after you, Benny?
Go before me.
Is Ronald on 7?
No, I haven't rolled his initiative yet. Please
Okay.
go with some patience. Sorry.
I like
Sorry.
when you grant things advantage.
Chris is
I
crabby
just-
because he can't play Rebirth, and McDohl's crabby because he has to wait to play Rebirth. That's
Oh,
what's
I also
happening
have to-
here.
I also have to wait.
Not crabby.
And then the game's
Yeah,
not
wait
even that
until-
good.
Rolled a
So.
5.
So wait until tomorrow morning.
I don't get to play tonight because I'm going to be watching Dune, but I'm kind of stoked.
Yeah, same.
The first
I'm
one's
going to be
really
playing
good. I'm looking-
1886.
I'm looking forward to the second one.
Who's at the top of my order? So
So
Ronald
you're-
shot the one and woke it up, but then both of them came to life.
Do I have line of sight on this one?
I'm going to apply cover for what it's worth.
You do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take a sharpshooter shot on it.
Okay.
That'll hit an armor class of 10.
A 10 will not hit.
Multi-tack hand crossbow sharpshooter hits an armor class of 13.
13 will not hit.
Okay. And then just a normal bonus action hits an armor class of 23.
23 will hit.
Dealing 8 piercing damage.
Okay. And then you're staying put there?
Yep, that's good for me.
All right. Who's next?
Next is Nerium.
Okay. Nerium needs a wisdom saving throw from this one, the southern one.
That's a 12.
Okay. That one takes 6 points of psychic damage as I use the same exact joke I used on the previous 2.
Wow.
And disadvantage on its first attack.
All right. And Nerium, you're staying put. Or you're
I'm
stepping
gonna move.
back.
I'm gonna step back just a little bit in case like Sahn wants to like step over here to get line of sight for the other one. I don't know.
Okay. Who's next?
Next is Ronald.
So they both started moving?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Brickroad mixing it up on us. Let's go ahead and shoot that one.
I did write in my notes, one's probably a mimic, and then the next bullet point says, haha, they're both.
You'll be happy
I'm
when
gonna
you
go
see
ahead
how
and
much
hit that-
experience they're worth.
North or
6.
Mend.
Okay.
1 per person.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
11 points piercing damage.
Okay.
I'll shoot again. Dirty 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
And he is just all over the place with these damage rolls. That's 4 points. That's 4 points of damage to the, in addition to the 11.
I mean, 4's not nothing.
4 ain't nothing indeed. And let me just go ahead and knock his arrows off, and that'll end Ronald's turn.
Next is Nazirr.
And Nazirr, having the kind of concerned that. You know what? Never mind. Yeah, let's just go ahead and let's give this one another guiding bolt.
So we have unspidered.
Extra. I was trying to say that I was going to unspider, and everyone kept saying things.
Everyone's always saying things. It's part of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Nazirr moves over here. He's gonna guiding bolt that one.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
15 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack on it has advantage.
Oh,
So
you
that
got
one
it.
has
You got it directly to the nice hit points.
Excellent.
Nice.
It has 420 hit points? Dang.
Yeah, it's a big mimic.
Oh, it has the funniest number of hit points. I get it. Okay. Next is Benny. He'll go over here,
Okay.
and he'll take advantage of the advantage.
Okay.
it has disadvantage.
Yay!
in its next attack.
Well, given that I know how many hit points it has, and I got a critical hit,
Yeah.
let's light it up.
But how many hit points did it start with?
Oh, I don't know, but it's gonna have a lot fewer.
96. The anti-nice number.
Well, it's technically it should be. Well, no.
No,
it's
no, 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 no.
It's-
My but my logic's flawless. Shush.
Yeah.
I gotta differentiate these somehow. All right, we get it, Raz. You're a paladin. All right, 14 slashing,
Okay.
27 radiant,
Is that it?
41 total.
All right. Raz, if you would please make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, is this against poison?
It is. It's the reaction death spores.
Yeah, look at that. I have a 16? 16.
Okay. So you are covered in little spores, but do not fall asleep and you are not poisoned.
Oh, I'm immune to poison. Oh, maybe I'm not, actually.
You're resistant.
I'm resistant.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That was the wrong effect. You'll still take half. This is the other effect. You need to take some damage.
Yeah, so I resist, and then I have it if I passed, I think.
16 points of poison damage, which you can cut in half, and then cut in half again if you're resistant.
So that becomes 4.
Math.
Okay. Yeah, this is what my degree is.
All right. And you're not poisoned. Who's next?
Next is Ssah'ra.
Okay. Oh, I don't like this positioning.
Well, somebody's got to keep him from going into the room.
Yeah, all right, from the doorway. That's a 10-foot reach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pull out the glaive. And slicey.
Got you.
Maybe we'll see what happens.
Harvest mushrooms from range.
Hey, that's a 24.
That'll hit.
It's going to be 8 points of slashing damage. And 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
And looking for it. I need that to make a DC 12 strength save as I hit it with a telekinetic thrust.
That's a 7.
It is now prone.
I guess it could be knocked prone.
You flip it, like, tilt it back or something.
It's like a box laying on its back. They're technically, I think they're oozes, but I don't think they're immune to prone.
Right.
So you knock the box prone.
I do second attack. It's going to be an advantage now.
Now, I think you need to be within 5 feet of the creature, regardless of your reach, or take advantage of it being.
That's fine.
No, it's a melee attack. You have advantage on the attack. You don't get the automatic crit unless it's incapacitated. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
So you can attack from the doorway. You don't need to be within 5, unless you want to hit it with the butt.
Yeah, that's why she's moving in. So that's a 16.
16 will hit.
For 13 points of slashing.
And that's enough. As the viciously mocked mushroom mimic disintegrates into a pool of mold stretching across the stone.
We're deciding we're going to be playing Resident Evil 7.
I don't even know what that means.
That makes the joke even funnier.
I thought The Last of Us was the one with the mushroom mimics.
No, that's the cordyceps mushrooms. Resident Evil 7 also has mushrooms.
Aren't they basically the same game?
But like they're black, but it's like weaponized black mold with mutagenic properties.
So are you gonna butt my mimic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to try. I don't know if a 12 is going to do it.
12's not gonna do it. So you're staying put there?
Oh, sorry, a 13. Does 13 do it?
13 is not gonna do it either.
Well, that makes me sad.
They're a little
yeah,
tougher.
she's going to stand here and try to prevent the mimic from going to eat Nerium.
All right, who's next?
Next is the mimic.
All right. Mimic is going
Nerium
to
is very safe. Do not worry.
slide up over here. Let's get a Constitution 13 saving throw from each of you. This is against poison.
Don't you have resistance against poison?
I
Yeah.
do. Which that becomes like a 24.
So you're good. Benny?
Benny passes with 16.
Okay, so neither of you are poisoned or put to sleep. You can make one weapon attack. And that's going to be a 15 to hit Benny.
Oh, no, sir.
All right, who's next?
We're back at the top with Sahn.
All right. So, does either one of these things look differentially be more hurt than the other?
No, one's dead.
One's dead.
Oh. Yep. That seems a little bit more hurt. Can I get a shot on it from here?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a sharpshooter, heavy crossbow, hits armor class in 19,
19 will hit.
dealing 23 piercing damage.
Okay.
And multi-attack hand crossbow, also sharpshootering, hits an armor class of. I want to make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, okay. Hits an armor class of 14.
14 will not hit.
Okay, and then one more. It's not in it. Misses as well. That's the end of my turn.
Who's next?
Next we got Nerium.
Uh,
You had to choose a new joke because this one hurt the first one.
no, I'm gonna use the same joke.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's immune now.
They're
That's an 8 on the save.
all right.
They're gaining resistance to jokes.
7 points. 7 points psychic damage.
I need
and
Ssah'ra and Benny
disadvantage.
to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
It's poison, right?
It is.
One of these days you're gonna be like, no, it's cold.
And not these guys.
19.
Ssah'ra?
24.
19 points of poison damage, which you can cut in half for passing the save.
And then cut in half for resistance.
And then cut in half again for resistance, yes. From
and then it
its
becomes 4.
bloodied reaction. So we're still on Nerium's turn.
Oh shit. Oh crap. I messed up. Here we go.
No, I'm done.
You're done.
Thank
Who's
you.
next?
Next is Ronald.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's actually got a good position here to shoot. He'll go ahead and put a couple arrows in there.
Okay.
Man, when you have the right buff spell, it feels really good.
It's an 18 on die to hit.
That'll hit.
After those stupid monkeys, I was like, I'm preparing protection from poison.
6 points piercing damage from the first shot.
Very good.
Ronald's streak looks like it's come to an end. That's an 11 to hit.
11's not going to do it.
Yeah. Nazirr don't want to get in. Sahn don't want to get in. Yeah, no. Ronald is totally happy right here. So.
All right. Who's next?
That's going to end Ronald's turn there.
Good effort, Chief. Next is Nazirr.
Bonus action, activate Staff of the Adder. Nazirr decides, yeah, he's just going to move in and deal with this.
Clobber it.
Yep. I don't know if this is going to work too well, but we'll see here.
Yeah, the bonus poison damage.
Woo!
Oh.
That's only going to be a 10 to hit.
10's not going to do it.
Nazirr chose poorly. That's going to end my turn.
It's because he chose violence, and violence is never the answer.
Oh, it is in... Well, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Who's next?
Question.
What?
So Benny's next. Is this an eligible space?
I'm going to
Like,
say
is this-
no because Nazir's standing in the doorway. The
Okay,
doorway's
so
still
I don't have to
5 feet
worry.
across.
I don't have to worry about this guy meandering through all of everybody. So
I
I'm going
wouldn't
to-
go that far, but it can't move through that space unless Nazirr allows it.
It would be a funny prank.
I suspect it will be okay. So Benny is going to attack. I have 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
I hope so. 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
Not bad. Oh, he gets to go again. I have a 9 to hit.
9's not going to do it.
9 won't do it. I don't think there's any reason to move.
So you're going to stay put there?
Yeah, Nazir's within 10 feet of me, so...
Who is next?
It's Ssah'ra.
Alright, let's give it a spec. That's a 24?
That'll hit.
Six points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Second attack. It's a natural 1. And third attack with the butt. That's a 10.
10's not going to do it.
Natural
No, it's
2.
not.
That's right. Staying put there.
Yeah, she sighs. She had her one turn of fun. That's all she gets.
Who's next?
Next is the Mimic.
Okay. So I need all 3 of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. DC's 13, and it is a poison effect.
Pass.
That's a pass.
You both get to add 3.
Nazirr passed.
Okay, so nobody's put to sleep, and then I'm going to try to hit Nazirr. Nazirr, I've got a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So I have to actually re-roll this at disadvantage because of Vicious Mockery.
Oh,
16.
still hits.
Still hits. All right, I finally got to hit somebody with my Mimic. Real excited. This might be the dumbest damage calculation I think I've ever seen on a melee attack. It's really funny. So that's 14 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
plus 13 points of poison damage.
Oh, okay.
As the thing
You can
grows,
slow down any time, Brick Road.
a mushroom cap. I've been trying to hit somebody with this thing for...
Yeah, he did put 4 of them in the dungeon.
At least.
You can, the next room's gonna have 4 treasure chests. The run of that's gonna have 8. No, it's 44 plus 1 bludgeoning plus 44 poison. Like, thanks for the plus 1 on the bludgeoning damage, I guess. So yeah, you don't fall asleep, but you do get punched by the thing's mushroom capped fists.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Next is Sahn.
Sahn, can you be the guy?
Let's see here. So if I move to here, I think I got a pretty good shot on it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna heavy crossbow, no sharpshooter. Hits an armor class of 26,
That's good.
dealing 5 piercing damage.
And that was enough.
And okay.
Just the one shot. Disintegrates into another pool of mold and black caps.
This is what the lay on hands is actually for. How damaged are you, Nazirr?
Pretty damaged.
I'm glad I put mimics in every single room of this dungeon. So why don't we take a break here?
So
Good time to get your coffee, get your bagel. We'll reconvene at about 4:30.
I'm gonna forget it when we come back. So how much damage do you need to recover, Nazirr?
I could use up to 32.
32.
Yeah.
I gotta click on it 32 times, but there you go, done. That much healing though is gonna require 15 minutes though, so I'm just gonna do this, and I'll see you in a bit.
Which of you has done the calculus on how much Final Fantasy Rebirth you can play in 15 minutes?
I mean, it depends on the effects of gravity on a local scale.
I mean, I could just boot up OG Final Fantasy VII and play through the reactor mission. I still don't have any. Still missing 3 Steam achievements for Final Fantasy VII. Oh, cap out Gil and defeat Emerald and Ruby weapon.
I did that. I got all the achievements for Final Fantasy VII on Steam, and it took a very long time because capping out Gil takes for frickin' ever.
Can you just use the cheat code?
What's the cap on Gil in Final Fantasy VII?
One shy of 100 million.
That's like 100 all materia. Well, no, less than that. It's like 60 all materia.
I think actually there's an achievement for mastering all materia. I think that is actually the one that took the longest.
Oh no, I mean the all materia when mastered sells for like 1,400,000 gil. I think it's type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how much
No,
you
honestly, because it takes a while to. It still takes a while to master those.
All requires the least amount of AP of like fire takes more AP than all.
Yeah, it's like but you camp out in that one room with Master Tom berries and movers.
Yeah.
I used the save crystal in that room just for that purpose.
I remember because when I was a kid, I leveled everybody to 99 and was very surprised to find out that the final boss is level dependent.
Yep.
And it made the game way harder, and we weren't expecting that, and actually game over.
Yeah. Also, it makes if you use Knights of the Round on the Genova fight before that, it makes the boss harder.
Yep.
I actually very rarely use Knights of the Round.
Yeah.
Obnoxious.
No.
It felt like too cheesy, but it was also I didn't want to sit through the 5-minute animation every single fucking time.
Tell us how you feel about Final Fantasy VIII then.
Actually,
Sorry,
I
we're talking
enjoyed
about
8.
Final Fantasy 9? Were they getting into the battle? The camera takes that long panning around the scene?
That's fair. You have Knights of the Round every time you start a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is real slow. Why? Oh, why is there Pixel Remaster updates again?
Oh no, what have they done?
Let's see here.
Every time they update it, they give Chaos 10,000 more hit points.
Oh god, no. No.
It looks like it says at least I've got updates queued for 3, 4, and 5. On some user environments, the game's processing would become unstable, leading to forced closure of the game application or preventing progress.
Gross.
Yeah, there's no update for 1 or 2 or 6.
Well, they didn't release 2. They skipped it.
Listen, just because you can't handle it.
I mean,
I
I
really
can
want to play 9 again, but like.
No, I don't think I could. I've tried.
9 is
several times.
literally the worst game in the series to replay.
It's got,
Like I like 9 a lot, and I
It's
think that's its biggest
charming,
weakness.
but holy crap, it is kind of a slog to replay. And
I mean, I want to play the game, but I want to play the mini games. Like I want to play Chocobo Hot and Cold. Really?
Well, just wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, good. That makes me happy, actually. And I know
so
that
there's actually a mini game in 14 that's kind of like Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Isn't that treasure maps or whatever?
Yeah, maps.
We did that. That was around when I played. I do miss Final Fantasy 14.
I've been having trouble logging into it lately, and I think it had something to do with the Xbox trial that's the Xbox beta.
Oh man,
Just so many. Maybe I think it might be that the login servers are getting so overwhelmed for people trying to play it that it's
get an error.
Yeah, it's throwing out an error.
I mean, MMO servers are notorious for like
Because
I was them a little past their limits, and then everything collapses and dies.
Yeah, I was emailing support back and forth, and they're just like, No idea. We'll get on chat on we'll get on text chat with you on Monday when we're actually in the office to try and figure this out. So, I don't know.
Let's see.
I want Satisfactory to hit 1.0 soon.
I'm gonna buy the Among Us DLC for Vampire Survivors real quick.
It's pretty silly.
I'm gonna have to get all the DLC for Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Now that I'm playing it again.
I mean, if you enjoy the game, it's just more game.
It's just more game, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just more and more silly.
Treble and I have this conversation all the time about how we're the problem, but we genuinely enjoy the games that we buy the DLC for.
You genuinely enjoy the problem.
Yeah,
well,
genuinely enjoy the problem.
that's actually not true, because every time they have like the bonus, like, so in Persona 5, this also irritated the piss out of me, but Persona 5 Royal and then Persona 3 Reload, you get the DLC, and then it adds all the like personas from the other games, and they're just in your
Oh, you just get them, yeah.
they're just there, and then they throw off the calculations for the fusing personas. So I was like, it's like, I hate this. I wish you could turn them off, but you can't.
Infinite Wealth did something like that, because it gives you a little card that you put in to get the DLC jobs if you bought the game, and so I did that because I wanted because like one of the jobs is like football man. Like, who doesn't want that? But then it also gives you like 100 free weapon upgrade materials. And like, I didn't want to upgrade all my weapons to super forms. So I just put it all in the box.
Send or yeah, that works.
You can't sell them because they're like special ones that aren't worth anything.
Oh, okay, then yeah, if you could just like quarantine
So
them.
my box just has like 200 of each upgrade material, and they're literally called like shiny iron, then in parentheses like special one-time upgrade. The item name is just ridiculously long.
Yeah, I hate that.
These are at the end of the game, yeah.
In Rebirth, they check for whether you have a save for intergrade. They check if it doesn't matter if you finish the game or not, but they check to see if you have a Final Fantasy VII save and then a Yuffie DLC save, and if you do, and a demo save, and if you have those three things, you get two espers for the old save game data, but you also get like a shit ton of collectibles for having played the demo.
Oh, I didn't do that. Huh.
Oh, I didn't do the demo.
You just have to have the demo installed. I literally never booted the demo up.
Oh.
I mean, I don't have time to play the demo. I have the game to play.
Right. But
yeah, you gotta play the full game.
And but it gives you a summon. It gives you the Moogle trio summon. So it's like you get a little Moogle fighter, ranger, and mage, and they come out and they do Moogle things.
Gross. Do we have everybody back?
Their teeth.
Raz, you here?
Like, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right.
Awful, awful teeth.
So you have defeated the two mimics, and there's a door on either side of that room.
Put an arrow in the door. See if it is also.
At this point.
Ssah'ra will poke the door with her pole arm from 10 feet back.
No, it's a door.
Okay, it's a door.
And Penny will be like, it's not gonna bite you, and then opens the door and proceeds to get bitten.
Opening the door, it opens into a small chamber. There's a pool of water between you and this slightly raised pedestal in the center of the room, upon which sits a crocodilian humanoid figure. And as you're casting light up the stairs into the room, the figure stands and gets to its feet. It's bulky. It's a good 7 feet tall or so, solid muscle, and is wearing ornamental armor and leaning its weight on a quarterstaff. And there's another door in the hallway behind it.
Benny will call up. Greetings. Adventurers come here often?
And the creature does not respond, but it regards you with its beady little eyes and its razor-sharp jaws.
Is it magical?
It's a creature.
I mean, does it have a magical aura around it? I'm training Arcana now.
I mean, I guess its armor and its quarterstaff are magical.
Could it be an illusion? Is sort of where I'm going with this, but
Possible.
Benny will approach.
Okay. As you approach the pool, it lowers its staff, holds it out over its end of the water. It says, "No further."
Benny will hold his hands up.
You stand before sacred waters. I am charged to defend them. I ask that you disturb them not, unless you bring business for the architect.
Can we inquire who the architect might be?
Not of me.
Fair enough. He'll look back to Ssah'ra, who's approached him, and say,
Nerium!
I don't think we should fight our way through this.
Nerium, do you know the architect? Is that the person we're here to see?
Nerium steps forward, looks across Ssah'ra's shoulder over Benny's head.
Benny will move out of the way if you want to approach.
I mean, just like there's some stairs, right?
Yeah, there's a couple stairs up into the chamber.
She looks at the crocodile man and says, she lets out a sigh and says, "You know what? No."
Nerium's going to peace out of this encounter. Okay.
Ssah'ra just gives Nerium a very confused look. Nerium, the Empire needs you. You can't abandon us now in our moment of need.
The architect, there's nothing related to Osprey in that.
Are you asking him?
Oh, I was asking the DM. Does anything you wear remind me of Osprey? Like, is there like some sort of connection I can make with this guy by talking about it?
There are some oceanic undertones to the armor that he's wearing that you might, depending on the follower's proclivities.
Do I see any sort of amulet hanging from his neck?
Nope.
No barracuda.
No, he's wearing his ornamental armor and he's holding a more or less plain-looking quarterstaff.
I'm not gonna bug this guy. He asked us to leave. Let's leave. We have other places to look around.
And then he moves his quarterstaff a few inches to the side regarding Ssah'ra, who is closest now. Nothing?
Ssah'ra,
Who's the architect?
It's your line.
I'm not the talker. The Empire depends on Nerium for these things.
So Nazir's calling at him from down at the base of the stairs?
Yeah.
The creature says, shakes its head. Said, "It's not my place to answer any of your questions. I'm a guardian."
What's across in the other room?
He shakes his head again.
Can you allow us to cross and go look?
It says he's been given a sacred charge from the Sea Queen's avatar to hold this door, and he will do so.
What if we have the Sea Queen's permission?
Do you?
Yes.
And he asks for you to indicate that.
We have the Sea Queen's permission to go into the other room, to cross the river.
This is going to shock everyone, I know. Like, I don't want all the monocles to pop out at once here. But
Yeah.
the creature says that it thinks Ssah'ra is lying to him.
Not Ssah'ra.
Benny chuckles and says, "Thinks." Come on, there's other ways we can go. We can wander around. We can come back here.
Ssah'ra will take a page from Nerium's book since Nerium chooses not to participate. And she puffs up her chest and looks this creature in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you doubt my honesty? Do you not know who I am? I am Empress of the yuan-ti Empire.
He shakes his head and says that he recognizes no queen but the Queen of the Seas.
Well, she didn't say she was a queen.
This is true.
I need to step away for a moment.
Nerium with pleading eyes.
And he says, "All right, I'm gonna try this once." And he steps forward.
Okay.
And he reaches for his medallion that has the Barracuda of Osprey on it and says, "Is this good enough?"
The creature regards it. And you are one of the lesser priests, then.
I don't even know if I could go that far, honestly. He says, "I do what I can. But I know the tenets that," and he like goes through 80 years of just things that he's picked up in worship.
Let's get a religion check.
For sentience, anyone? Yeah, that's why. How does a 4 do?
Not
think
good.
No,
I
I
think
didn't think so. I'm not trained in religion.
As you
Like,
trip over a
he's
couple
on-
of the tenets, the creature pokes its stick back towards you. And it says, I do not recognize your devotion. You are no brother of mine.
All right, well, it's your head if we come back.
You threaten him?
Well, under his breath, he doesn't say that to the creature.
Okay. So that leaves Ssah'ra on the stairs.
Ssah'ra will smack Nerium with her tail.
Gross.
Apologies for stepping away.
And as Ssah'ra slithers her way down the stairs, the creature sits back down upon the pedestal and resumes its vigil.
Nerium, what the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell?
You're
Wanna go-
supposed to talk our way past these things.
Hey, she can do whatever she wants to. She can read the situation better than we can.
He's like, I'm really tired from painting 80 feet worth of ladder.
Yeah, I was actually about to make the joke that Nerium's ready to leave now.
Want to leave the dungeon?
Yeah, she's ready to go home.
Well,
We got a little ways to go still.
We got work. We still got work to do.
Let's go in this hallway.
Okay. So it splits off to the left and the right here.
I can only kind of see the top, so I'm gonna go to the bottom.
And it circles around.
All right. I assume people are gonna follow.
Is Sahn going the other way?
No, I'm just making space.
Okay.
So polite. Yeah, Benny will continue.
Benny. Coming around the other side of this little wall is a treasure box.
Oh, this again. Well, Benny's gonna confirm that this goes around and bonk into Sahn.
Yep, that's what happens.
I mean,
Yeah.
some number of these have had treasure in them. Is there any magical aura coming from the box?
That's a good question.
Should I make an Arcana check?
There is, in fact.
Okay.
There is magic emanating from within the box, not the box itself.
Yeah. Like, the last one of these that had magic inside it was fine, and this one has magic inside it.
Well, I mean, Benny's superstitious about it at this point, so he's gonna take his sword but not swing at it. He's gonna try and like pry it open gently with the tip of his sword.
Okay, and you do that, and the treasure box opens up, and inside,
Yes. Oh, thank goodness.
1,000 gold coin. I'm sorry, 1,000 silver coins, and what looks to be a holy symbol with the iconography of Osprey. 2 barracudas wrapped around a long, thin tine.
Is the symbol magical?
The symbol is magical, yes.
Show this to the crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Benny will try and religion on this, I guess, or maybe Arcana is more appropriate for the magical effect. I don't know.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. I might tell you something about the magic item.
All right. So
Take up perceptions.
Thank you. I needed it before. 11.
It has enchantment magic upon it.
Do I get the sense this is something I should attune to?
Impossible to know without identifying it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or I'm guessing you could just make the attempt to attune to it, but that would take an hour.
That would take an hour. Benny will keep it in a pouch for safekeeping for now. But he'll say like. "We
So
should probably
to
get
do
this
that,
identified."
you would have to pick it up out of the box, yes?
Oh yeah, of course.
So when you pick it up out of the box, you see that the 2 barracudas that are wrapped around it are loosely hinged to one end of this tine that they're wrapped around. And as you pull it up, they both kind of flop off to the side, giving the shape of a very ornate anchor. So you see what I'm saying? The 2 fish can be folded up along the sides
that's-
or left to flop open.
That's
That's cool.
awesome, and Benny immediately falls in love with this thing.
Okay.
Is there another door in here, or is this a dead end?
That's
This
a
might
dead end.
become his. This could potentially become his new holy symbol. He's gonna carefully I can't even speak. It's so cool. He's
Well-
gonna carefully put that away and then tell everybody like we should identify this. It might help over here.
Well, I would like somebody's help in like just checking this room for more secret passages.
Yeah,
Since
sure.
we found a few. So, Sahn, please take
Mhm.
it. Give yourself a percentage, like your
Yeah.
weird magic buff, and then take a D8 on top of that. And please, 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 don't roll bad.
So I'm going to investigate this wall to see if there's anything going on with it, given the layout of the dungeon.
Yep.
Oh, this only comes up if I fail, right? So that's a 7. Am I trained yet? No. So that's 11. Does an 11 get anything?
So you're investigating the walls of the room, the outer walls of the chamber?
Yep.
Nothing strikes you as being out of place.
Does an 18 get anything?
Nope. Same
Okay.
solid stone walls as the rest of the compound.
Does that count as failing? Do I keep the die?
You do keep the die.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know. That's a good
Well, you
question.
succeeded on the investigation roll. There's nothing to find.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Unless
weird.
you want to go show the anchor to the reptile man, we can go check them out inside.
We still have a
So
couple
we're
other
already on-
places that we can. We do also still have a couple other places we can look.
We're already on bad terms with him. Maybe let the room air out a bit.
So, question: is this a higher landing than this?
You have to step up the stairs to get to the pool in front of the crocodile man.
Okay, so he hasn't seen Nerium yet, because she never stepped. Okay, gotcha.
No, she just walked away. Yeah.
Well, you don't know what he's seen. He might have 120 feet true sense for all you know.
X-ray vision. He irradiated us all with his eyes. Yeah, we're
So I was
two.
gonna go peek up the.
So you guys are going to approach the center stairs of this hall?
Sure.
Yeah, she's gonna peek just over the stairs to see what's down the hallway.
So the water is flowing down into the vast pool from somewhere above. And as you enter this area, it gets colder as you go up. At the top of the stairs, instead of the rough stone of the floor turns into a smooth marbled pattern until you come up against a closed portcullis about 10 feet away. Let's give this a nice blue color for a portcullis. There's actually two of them. There's one here and then there's one here. So the water is flowing through this area in the center, and then there's a portcullis gate on either side. And I guess I'll give you a little bit of the room beyond as well.
So this center thing right here is impassable as well.
Yes, there's a wall here that goes to the ceiling, but down underneath the water line there is a grating or something that the water is flowing through freely.
I see. Okay.
All right. Ssah'ra's gonna go open this door.
Open up this
Portcullis.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
our portcullis is funny now?
No, it's Sue.
They've always been funny.
Taskmaster, got it.
Yeah. Portcullis.
Oh no, I thought there was an old D&D skit, but okay.
I mean, everything funny nowadays is from Taskmaster.
Taskmaster, right?
Yeah. Ssah'ra. In this room, the back of the room, I'm going to draw this the same color as the portcullis. This is a kind of a mechanical winch and pulley system, presumably to raise the gates on the outside. You can see where the mechanism protrudes through the wall in that direction. But standing before it, I guess I should put him on a raised dais because the room did not come with one. Is a second crocodile creature. This one is, you're much closer to him than the first. And as you open the door, it stands and holds its stick out at length. And basically gives you the same advisory as the previous one. That
Yeah.
the
She
gates
walks
are
away.
not to be operated.
She walks away in the middle of this guy's speech.
Wow. That's extremely rude. No respect for the dungeon.
He's gonna look down this hallway.
So there's a door here.
Do you guys want to do anything with the crocodile room?
Benny wants to identify that trinket before we deal with any more crocodile folk.
We're not going to be able to do that in the dungeon unless
Well,
you know a place to find a
so-
scroll.
Yeah, so let's do everything else, and we'll leave that for later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's his take on the situation.
Yeah.
All right.
Until we're blocked off by croc folk in every possible avenue.
Is the door going into the room?
The door is here on this wall.
Okay.
Excuse me, Lens of Truth. You need to go over there.
You do not have my permission to touch the lens of truth. Look at this guy.
Look at this. Oh yeah. Look at this.
Ssah'ra will open the door.
I'm going to have to end the session here, and we're going to have a conversation about decorum of players' hands touching the lens of truth. This is a no-no situation. That's like touching the DM's dice.
The
Am I allowed to
Lens of
delete?
Truth was on the square that I
shit.
wanted to stand on, Brick
So
Road.
you ask me politely. You say, Brick Road, please may I move to that square of the lens? This is why I usually try to keep the lens off the table, by the way. For this exact reason.
That's
Which
why
I guess I
wanted to
can.
make
I've got a space I can put it over here. So you're opening up this door, Ssah'ra?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need the lens of truth now. I couldn't find it. Don't know where McDohl put it.
Where did it go? Who knows?
Show us on the lens where the players have touched you.
It's just all over at this point.
Ssah'ra,
We're having a day, you guys.
looking into this room, you see another pool of water. The water is flowing, however, from the back wall. In the kind of, see how it kind of makes an arrow? It's kind of flowing underneath the floor in that direction. You understand?
Yep. Narrow hallway. Clearly, there's not going to be a trap in there.
Clearly not.
Clearly not.
Not enough space for one.
Oh, sorry. What you said? Trap Springer? Yeah, that's me.
Benny.
Benny will go down the hallway. shield up.
Benny, as you get close enough into the room, or do you have the light at your back?
Yeah, I'm shining it down the hallway.
Presumably, yeah.
And that
He has 60-foot dark vision.
well, you have 60 for dark vision, but that's about the light.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
shining
like
incredibly bright hooded
Well,
lantern down the hallway.
Yeah, it's my hooded lantern
There's
that
a
he's like
badass
super
little
brightened.
silhouette, like on the wall here.
As you reach the end of this hallway, looking down into the water, what you took for the flow of water is not the water's flow itself, but the movement of many, many tiny creatures in the pool that look to be laboring at something. Tiny little, partially humanoid creatures.
Oh, so it's not like the bugs that gathered gems in the Fae thing.
Not quite that tiny, but yeah.
That was my analogy.
Like an aquatic version of that, perhaps.
Okay. Benny will look over the edge and say, "Wow, what are you making?"
When you look over the edge, some of the creatures in that area, terrified, and start fleeing underneath where the water continues underneath the floor that you're standing on.
Benny will step back apologetically and say, "Whoa, sorry. Yep, giant guy. Got it. Understandable reaction."
Are they snorks?
You found the snorks room.
He'll wave the rest of the group in. There's something in here, but it's small and feels pretty scared of me.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was around in the very early 80s watching cartoons and stuff. I was, 4 years old? Snorks came on, and I was like, nope, that's some bullshit.
And here we are.
Too much for you.
Y'all
Years
ain't,
later.
y'all ain't Smurfs. Step off. But yeah, Benny, if you back off for a moment, after a few moments, they begin peeking their way back out and resume their labor, whatever they're doing at the bottom of this pool. The pool itself's not very deep. We're talking maybe 8-10 feet. So over your head, but not incredibly deep.
Benny's gonna kneel and watch. He's just gonna see what they do.
Give me a nature check.
Oh man, I'm so good at these. 8.
An 8. There seem to be 3 different activities going on. The first activity, we'll call him Snork A, is using magic to create some kind of substance, some kind of solid material, some kind of solid light-colored material. The second creatures that you see are taking the material and doing something with it. They're moving it in a particular way, perhaps infusing it with magic or some other ritualistic movement. The third creatures that get a hold of it, breaking it apart and swishing it underneath the floor.
All right.
What you got in here, Benny?
There's like a whole ecosystem going on in here. That's the best description he has. Is like,
If Ssah'ra looks, can she check?
Yeah, give me a nature check. Do better than 8.
he'll point at the 3 things. Like first that happens, and then this,
That's
and then
a
I don't know.
17.
So yeah, they've got little little informal assembly lines going on. Snork A makes some kind of little tiny piece of material. Snork B does something ritualistic with it. Snork 3 breaks it apart and throws it so it flows underneath. You got, a 17?
Yeah, could that presumably be food for some large creature in the main room?
Not food. You realize the material that they're creating is salt.
Is this seawater comes from?
It looks to you like they're creating seawater.
Ssah'ra will point that out. And then
How much of this temple has been freshwater?
All of it. And this pool you're standing in front of is also freshwater.
That's interesting. Okay.
I guess she's going to search this corner-ish area.
Okay. So you got doors to the north and south here, but you can give me an investigation check if you want to check around the walls. And as long as nobody approaches all the way to the edge of the pool or calls out into the water, the little creatures just continue on with their business.
It's
Benny's just watching them. Kind of fascinating.
19 investigation.
19? No, you don't find any secret entrances along the walls here.
Okay. What's Nazirr doing?
I was just gonna look over here on the check the door.
Yeah, there's another door on the north end of the room.
Okay.
All right, where are the doors here? There's one here.
North and south.
Okay.
In the arrow pool room.
Look for traps before I swing the door open, I guess.
Okay. Now, you don't find any traps on this door. If there were, I would just have Benny spring one.
Okay. Yeah,
And it
open the door.
opens up into this chamber. This chamber also ends with a door at the end here. And then there's stairs sharply ascending upward on the other side. So the back wall has two openings, left and right. Left is a door, right is a stairway with no door ascending sharply upstairs.
Ssah'ra.
Stairs off in this direction.
And Ssah'ra wants to open this door down here.
Yeah. That was really open that
How
one.
dare you? Bear with me one moment.
Hey, Sahn, I can take that bullseye lantern back.
Go for it.
Sorry, I needed to open up my second note file here. Okay. I have one note file for when I put the dungeon together originally, which was just really kind of bare bones. Like, oh, this is just kind of the general layout. And then I have my second note file when I leveled it up when you guys came back. And I got them mixed up a little bit. But I'm back to it now. All right, Ssah'ra, looking down into this room. Similar to the southernmost room with the illusion that you played with, the center is like a raised dais area made out of that same illuminating materials. There's some light in this room. In the center of the room is an absolutely beautiful woman. The most beautiful woman you've ever laid eyes on. Does Ssah'ra like girls?
Undecided.
Well, you got to decide right now. There's a mechanics reason for it.
Yeah, she liked girls and
All
boys.
right. Then you have to make a charisma saving throw.
You're within 10 feet.
Is,
Wait a
is the,
second.
is
Is
the
this a
woman more
charm
beautiful than
effect?
Nerium?
The woman is more beautiful than any woman you've ever seen in your life.
Is this a
Nerium.
charm effect?
No.
Damn it.
Charisma saving throw?
Charisma saving throw.
Well, guess who's going in the room unwillingly?
You had 3.
That's a 9.
A 9. The woman is so beautiful that you cannot bear to look upon her, and you swoon. Place yourself at 0 hit points. You are unconscious.
Nice.
And as Ssah'ra hits the floor, just absolutely down for the count, the woman turns in the doorway. Nobody else has gotten a good enough look at her yet, so I'm not going to describe her. Who else wants to try their luck?
Well,
Yeah,
Benny's
Nazirr
gonna go to
turns back.
Ssah'ra's side.
Okay.
I
Nazir's
don't know
gonna,
what that means for looking in the room, though.
Nazir's going to what?
Oh, Nazirr was going to turn around and come back around this way when he hears Ssah'ra hit the ground.
Yeah. So you're unconscious, but you're stable. You're not bleeding out. You don't need to make death saves.
Yeah.
Let's get you back on your feet, but I've got to see how I want to do this.
I've got a potion of greater healing I could throw at that.
I'm gonna throw a cure wounds. Recover 8.
Does that actually do anything?
And then he's gonna interpose himself between whatever that was and Ssah'ra.
So you're
And
stepping
it's
in the
kind of
doorway.
it's kind of up to you to see if he looks that way or not. He's focused on Ssah'ra.
No, it's up to you if you look in the room. I mean, you watch Ssah'ra look in the room, and then she swooned backwards and fell unconscious. So whatever she saw, you have
Well,
experience
Benny's
with this. Remember, you've been a Medusa before.
Yeah. Benny's gonna have his shield at the ready and then defend Ssah'ra.
So you're gonna like hold your shield up so you're not looking into the room as you.
Oh no, he'll look, but I mean he has a shield at the ready to like block something.
Does Benny like girls?
Absolutely not.
So it's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. She has all of the physical features of a she-elf, and she's wearing this mostly translucent, just gossamer gown that flows like sea foam from her body. She looks up and regards you somewhat incuriously. I'm going to use that word as much as I can. skittering about between her position at the center of the dais and then these 4 pools in the room are a few dozen of these tiny little creatures running back and forth. The same creatures that you saw in the pool there. And she looks up and regards you, but not with very much concern.
Benny will approach and say, what the hell happened? What did you do to my companion?
Nazirr also steps into the doorway behind Benedict.
Does Nazirr like girls?
No.
So let it be known, it took, 23 sessions or something? At long last, being gay has a mechanical benefit in both directions.
Yeah.
Is Ssah'ra conscious or still unconscious?
Like
You have 8 hit points.
if you receive magical healing, you're conscious, yes.
Okay.
She sits up and sees the woman again.
She's gonna go over to Nerium and be like, Nerium, you'll never believe what's in there.
So you ask what she did to your companion, and she shakes her head and says, absolutely nothing. Some of us are cursed with a natural beauty.
Has Benny heard of this creature? Raz has, but has Benny heard of this?
Oh, not this particular creature. You don't know who you're talking to.
I mean, a creature whose beauty is deadly, I guess. I'm trying to decide if this thing has done anything wrong, honestly.
Ssah'ra yells out around the corner, Benny, don't hurt it. She's too pretty.
Oh, there you go.
So you're not charmed or anything. You're not compelled to act in any particular way. You just...
But she can appreciate the beauty, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't break a beautiful thing.
So the creature, once she realizes that you're not very interesting conversationalist, goes back to directing the tiny little snorks at her feet.
And Benny will go to the pool and just say, they're fascinating, aren't they?
So the pool there, this is where most of the labor is being done. The snorks going back and forth. She says, yes, well, an order came down for, as she gives the work orders that she received them in Aquan, which you can speak, right?
No.
Ssah'ra can.
Ssah'ra can. If Ssah'ra can hear.
You can hear. The work orders are basically for some amount, very, very large amounts of salt. So they are, in fact, creating seawater and exporting it somehow.
Who made the work orders? Benny ask who. Well, I guess
Ssah'ra calling from around the corner.
Yeah,
yes.
So Benny will ask that, but Benny's question is a little more. I mean, I know where this answer is going to go, but this is Benny's line of thought. He says, kind of quizzically, and says, "You know, there's a whole lot of salt water just out there. You don't have to make it."
And she chuckles, like the kind of laugh where, like you just heard the kid who says the darndest thing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't answer you, but I'll let both of you in the room give me an intelligence check.
Benny's not the brightest coin in the fountain. 1. Does 1 do it?
No. Nazirr?
How about a 1? Does a 1 do it?
No. Wow.
Wow.
Even you guys are like, all right, you know what? I'm like a little into girls now. She's that pretty.
No, we're not. We're into each
No.
other and only each other.
No.
All right, so Sahn
If the
will
next room has
enter
a
the
minute
room
card,
hearing
right?
this conversation because, like, no one has said anything.
Is Sahn into girls?
No, Sahn is asexual.
He was into Nerium that one time.
Yeah, that was compelled though.
Sahn, this is the most beautiful humanoid woman you've ever seen. Which
Hmm?
I don't know what that means.
No,
to a buggy.
aesthetically, she's got it all. Like, no question.
Booty do indeed be licious.
What?
Nerium, you can hit on her.
Yeah, this is the second NPC in the campaign that Nerium can flirt with.
Well, if she does that, she'll die. Well, actually, she might not, but... So Benny will just try and keep the conversation going and say, "So, why so much salt?"
She shrugs. She says that she doesn't question the Sea Queen's orders. She merely obeys.
What do
The
you
Sea
know of her
Queen-
guardians, the crocodile
Oh,
men?
sorry. The Sea Queen being Osprey, I assume.
Yeah, that's safe to assume. You ask her about the crocodile. She says, I know them to be rude and vulgar people. And they are not very good conversationalists. One would not invite them to a dinner party.
They did seem very standoffish, yes. Let's go with that.
They are here to slay intruders, though, not converse with them. So every tool on the rack has its purpose.
Confirmed. Understand. Yeah.
So is she a just to describe? She's a sea elf.
She looks
Or
like a
at
sea
least-
elf.
Yeah, she looks like a sea elf. Gotcha.
Benny will
next?
look in a different pool.
So looking in the second pool, so the one you were standing next to had a rather large sediment of salt. When you come around to the bottom one, this pool is much colder, and looking in it, instead you see a large chunk of glacier ice. As you approach, she turns and says, there has not been an order for ice in quite some time.
Benny will look up and say, "How do we go about making these orders?" And he'll walk to the third one and see potentially what else could be ordered.
Looking in that one, you see some kind of multifaceted and very colorful crystal. It has the appearance of gemstones, as though they'd all been fused together into a large chunk in the bottom of the pool.
And he's going to just keep this conversation going as he looks in the fourth one.
And then the fourth one has a formation of coral.
And then, yeah, the question he's going to ask is, how does one go through the proper channels to order this?
She shrugs and says, what does one require?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not going to order it on a, like, business capacity, but the coral's beautiful. I could see that going nicely in a room.
She sighs, says there were a time when men had the knowledge to construct weapons from it. Beautiful pieces of ornamentation and furniture. Alas, no longer.
Is that a sea elf legend that Benny would recognize?
I'll say sea elves might still have some constructors who can do things with coral that can't be done with other materials.
Ssah'ra will yell out that she'd like some coral beef.
Benny will say, could we order a small piece just to test its integrity?
Enough for a spear.
You want a coral spear?
So Ssah'ra's thinking is maybe Midge will be able to do something with it since she's a forge cleric.
Forged metal.
Forge is specifically metal.
Yeah,
So
but
Midge can't do
Ssah'ra's not a
anything with coral.
cleric, so she doesn't know all these intricacies.
So you're saying Ssah'ra's stupid enough she might think that coral is metal?
No, but she might think that Midge
She rolled
might
a
be able to do
one.
something with her and know somebody who could.
Okay.
Unless Benny knows how to use it to make a weapon.
The creature
Otherwise, yeah,
asks,
coral spear.
Benny has proficiency in literally anything you want to if you give him a day.
she's open to
don't know-
negotiation, but she asks what you have to offer in exchange.
You know, a few silver pieces.
She has no interest in coins.
What does she want? Firstborn children?
She seems to consider it for a moment. She says, negotiations are so droll, because in truth I want for nothing. But things that are offered me occasionally pique my interest.
Nerium like hands Ssah'ra the hands and says, "Give these to Sahn and ask her if she wants to trade for these."
Ssah'ra holds the hands around the corner. Sahn, see if she wants these.
I'll hand them to Benny.
Benny shrugs at that and says, he looks at the creature and says that he says, I'm ashamed to say this, but I don't know what a woman would want.
Further than the hands, you hear Nerium, yeah.
Sahn, Nazirr, and Benny. So, Benny, what are you doing with the hands when you say that? Let me ask that first.
Oh, no, he didn't take the hands. He thinks that that's a terrible idea.
So, Sahn turns to hand you the hands, and you're like, ew, no.
No.
Okay.
She doesn't want this.
Yeah, no.
The three of you in the room, if you would please make me a insight check. Individually.
Okay.
No helping each other on this roll, because
No.
you're individual.
I wish I wasn't.
It's like a
23.
2.
A 2?
5.
All right.
Did you hear my 23, Brickred?
23. Oh, I thought you said 3.
Oh, no, 23.
Nazirr, you're standing here, and Sahn reaches across you to hand the hands over to Benny. And instead of looking over to Benny, you look at the woman, and she is recoiling with it's a very faint look of disgust because she wears her emotions very loosely, but you can tell she wants beautiful things, and these hands are extremely ugly.
Sahn, telepathically, Nazirr says to Sahn, throw those back.
Sure.
Come
looking for-
flying back into the room, like they make like wet flopping noises because they're boneless.
Nazirr isn't really a flowers kind of guy, so Benny doesn't have
So-
any flowers on him.
Telepathy to the both of them in the room. Do you got anything that's pretty?
What about that empty vial of a desk of death prevention?
Benny genuinely looks at his hand and says, the only thing I have is your engagement ring. And I'm not giving that up. And he'll say that loud enough so the creature hears that. So, just in case, like, a profession of love is beautiful enough for this creature,
Nope.
that he accidentally stumbles into that solution. But he says that. He says, I only have your engagement ring, and I'm not giving that away.
Nazirr reaches out and grabs his hand.
Well, his hand or like the hands?
No, the hands. Why are we fixated on the hands?
They entered my campaign through no fault of mine.
Someone throw them in this pool, and maybe they'll get turned into salt.
You
Don't
No.
actually do that, but
listen. I drew those hands. I'm gonna make that all of your problem.
Yeah, already done. Thank you.
Benny's gonna smooch his orc, and then look at the creature and say, "I'm sorry, that was a little forward. I love him."
She's not paying any attention to your public display of affection. Does not
Oh
interest
well,
her.
if that doesn't interest her, then he's just gonna keep kissing him.
Nerium, can you paint something pretty?
Uh,
What would you want if you had somebody wanting something off you? What pretty thing would you want for yourself?
can I paint a picture of, like a statue of the, I don't know, like, just the most.
So here's the difficulty. Painting an object to use for a function is one thing. I've been giving you that for free. In
Right.
this case,
Well,
you're going to have to
it's-
paint for aesthetic purposes, which I'm going to
Right.
make into a either dex or intelligence plus painting tools check.
Yeah. So
Uh,
can I do the four? I would like to paint statues of the four. What are they called? The queen that we just put in a barrel. Her 4 elemental forms.
Queen Aya?
Yeah.
You can, but this is going to take a long time.
Oh, well, if it's gonna take a
It can
long-
be done, but you're painting little tiny details because you want to make it look pleasing.
Alternatively, on the next time we come back here, we could just buy an art object.
Yeah. So Nerium like pulls out her paints to start, and then she looks at the wall and she looks at Ssah'ra and she says, "Nah," and she walks away.
Like you can whip one up in a couple of actions, I would say, but to paint one to any degree of pleasant beauty would take some time.
Babby's first elemental statue.
Can I paint a reflective surface?
Nerium's like, can I paint a Game Boy? Because I'm real fucking bored in this dungeon.
She wants a mirror.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm going to.
You're gonna paint a
Can
mirror.
I paint a mirror? Yeah, can I paint a mirror?
Yeah, you can paint a mirror.
You have any green left?
You can absolutely paint a mirror.
What colors go into mirror?
Are
So
you
I'm
trying to
gonna
make like a
paint-
beautiful mirror or just any reflective mirror?
I'm just right now. I'm just going to make like a simple. I don't know.
No, I know where Treble's going with this.
5
I
foot.
also know, and Benedict's is going to be horrified. by this.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make a simple like silver edged mirror.
Okay. Well, are we talking like a
it looks
hand
like
mirror or like a standing mirror?
No, I'm like a 5 foot
Gotcha.
square mirror.
Yeah.
5 foot by 5 foot. So like
Yeah.
a 5 foot square.
So while they're in there having this conversation and passing the hands back and forth, better just in the campaign forever.
Yeah.
You paint
Yep.
this mirror.
I paint the mirror and then I'm like pull it off. And if it's reflective, I'm gonna flip it around
Okay.
and then I'm gonna step over here and be like, "How about this?" And then I'm gonna start walking into the room with the reflective end pointed at the lady.
Okay.
There's
Benny
no
will
more-
initially go, oh, that is a good idea.
Benny,
Now,
she'll
were you
go,
trying to make the mirror itself as an art piece, like beautiful? Like it's supposed to
No,
be a
I'm-
beautiful thing in and of itself?
No,
Okay.
just a basic silver thing. Like I've been told that you're the most beautiful thing, so here I gift you with your reflection.
The creature, for the first time since any of you entered the room, shows great interest in the object that Nerium is holding as she steps in. As though she can't look away from it, as if she has great desire for it. But what she actually says is, I might have to consider it. Perhaps it will suit.
Well, I mean, if you're not sure, then she starts to back away.
As she holds out her hand, and you can tell that you've got her trapped. She desperately wants this mirror. So here's what she will trade you in exchange for the mirror. Any amount of solid salt that you want. Any amount of solid ice that you want, within reason. Like, you can't put 16 tons of ice on the deck of the Deceit. But salt and ice are functionally free. She will have constructed large pieces. What's the PHB value for a mirror of this kind? Let's make a ruling on that first.
So this might color your thing.
Mhm.
I cannot make.
Isn't it like 25 gold or something?
I can't make valuable objects over 25 gold. If I try to make that, so like it's not even though the edges are silvered, it's not real silver. If that makes sense.
Right. But you can make a reflective surface as long as it's not.
Yes. So the basically the maximum value of this object GP wise can be 25 gold.
Okay.
So.
But she didn't want a valuable thing. She wanted a beautiful thing.
Right. Yes.
And a steel mirror, like a half-pound steel mirror, is only 5 gold. And you can make one no problem. So we'll double that and say 50 gold pieces worth of gemstones from the crystal pool of whatever color you desire, or enough coral material to fashion into a small +1 weapon. So you wouldn't be able to make a whole spear out of one, but you might be able to make a spearhead. That will necessitate knowing someone who can fashion the material, though. There'll be enough material to either enhance one weapon or make a shield.
I mean, Ssah'ra would like the coral, but
Benny would like the coral for a shield.
I mean, it's my mirror. It's my mirror.
Yeah.
You mofos get no say. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's fair.
Miriam's
Yeah,
like, I
right
want
now,
the salt.
Ssah'ra.
So if you're taking input though, my vote is for Coral to give Nazirr a shield. He needs the AC boost the most.
Yeah,
My
but
AC is
also-
like
And you-
13.
Can you use a shield?
No.
Well, we
Oh,
need
darn,
magic
okay.
weapons
I
because
was gonna
right
say, you
now.
should take the shield.
Well,
Benny
we
can
also
make
need
his own
magic weapons. A lot
so
of stuff
that's
we're
fine.
fighting is like resistant to normal stuff. So
Well,
That's true.
Benny and Sahn can make their own magic weapons, I think.
yeah, Ssah'ra can't.
Benny can
I would like-
cast magic weapon on you, but I think it's concentration.
It is.
Yeah, that's not a good choice for him then.
I would like the coral.
You sure you don't want the ice?
Can we come back and get that later?
You're going to find something better than this mirror.
A bigger mirror?
So
We just get progressively bigger and bigger mirrors.
she tells you that the process of, like, first she has to kind of like switch over her production line, right? From salts temporarily to coral. And then from there it will take a few hours to make the material. So here's the question. Do you want to continue exploring the dungeon while she does this? Or do you want to call an end to proceedings here? Or how do you want to do it? Because once you take a long rest, you're due back at the boat.
My vote's to keep going. I've got a lot of resources.
Okay.
For what it's worth, when we rest, the resist poison goes away, and there could be more mimics out there.
We do still have this passageway and stuff up here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are infinite mimics.
Yeah, there's also more swings to take at the wall. Like, we got a couple options, so.
Yeah. We'll come back. I like the
So-
girl, though.
Well, she shows no gratitude whatsoever for the mirror, other than to confirm that the transaction shall take place. And then she starts barking orders while staring at herself in the mirror. Starts barking orders at her little snorkely doos to switch production from salt to coral. So by the time you get back out into this room, it's just chaos as they're moving all of their tools and things to one side to allow a new batch of snorks to come through to start working. Unfortunately, we are just going with snorks, I guess. Like, there's nothing for that. Unfortunately,
Like, you're the one you like. It's
Themselves.
self-inflicted, Brick Road.
I didn't say snorks. Someone else said snorks, and then I got snorks in my head, and now they're just there with that theme song.
I don't even remember the theme song. Can you hum a few bars?
I could,
No.
yes. Who's next? What's next?
We're gonna go up here.
Okay.
Nazir's gonna direct the light, the light up the stairway up that way.
And it goes
As
up
he
a sharp
approaches.
stairwell.
Yep.
At the top of the stair is a very interesting room indeed. Stepping at the top of the stair, give me a, let's call this a Constitution saving throw, please. DC's only 10.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I didn't move my piece fast enough, so you're on your own.
That's right on the nose.
Okay. Stepping up into the room. Are you wearing like a hat?
Bandana.
A bandana?
Yeah.
So stepping up into the room, and you're like an orc, so you got lots of like nose hair and stuff, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Orcs look like gross grandpas in my head. Stepping into the room, you realize what's happening as it's happening. But this sense of vertigo and nausea suddenly hits you, and your chest roils for a second as you realize there's a gravity plane in this room that you've stepped into at about your shoulders. So your head is being pulled up and away from your body. The flap of your bandana is poking up into the air, and all your nose and ear hairs are tickling up in that direction. You manage to keep it down and let the disorientation pass, but it's a very strange sensation. And then looking
Nazirr.
up at the ceiling of the room, you see it's a small room. What is this, like a 15 by 10 foot room?
Yeah.
A submerged
Let's see that.
seafloor. So there's a pool on the ceiling, maybe 12 or 15 feet deep, with the seafloor sediment underneath. Or overhead, if you choose to think of it that way.
Nazirr sneezes and stumbles backward.
And when you
Whoa.
sneeze, the sneeze
Okay.
falls up into the room.
What happened?
There's
Goes
just a
back to the way it
little-
was.
Huh?
We're already inverted once, so if you invert something twice, it goes back to the way it was.
Well,
That's
are
one
we-
way to look at it.
Did we climb up that, or climb down that far, or is it?
We climbed down way farther than that.
You did.
Yeah.
Then this must be a separate thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a gravity version.
I'll take a look at it. Benny will go into the room.
And yeah, with Nazir's warning that you know that the gravity plane is coming up, you steel yourself, but you feel the sensation, but because it's not a surprise to you, your stomach doesn't roil as a result.
I think he's gonna jump down or kneel down and kind of like squat, and then try and jump up through the gravity plane.
You have to get a lot more of a run up if you want to do Shine Spark.
And he's in heavy armor, so
Benny will run.
He doesn't have the gravity suit.
Right.
Benny will run, then he'll push down, and then he'll glow for a few seconds. But he has to line himself right on the little
What if he short charges it?
thing, and then the shine spark goes away, and he goes, "Oh God damn it!"
Then you got
And
to
he'll just give up on that for now.
What's in the other?
a door.
Sure, we'll open.
So we're giving up on the seafloor for now.
Yeah, I don't think
Benny,
it's that important
Benny will
yet.
discuss his plan later, but like I think he could jump through the gravity plane. He'll be okay up there. He won't.
There
drown.
was no imminent threat.
We all can breathe water right now.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. With that trap, I was like, oh, thank goodness it wasn't anyone else. No, nobody cares.
So we're opening up this next door.
Yeah, as far as
Yep.
opening the door. Holding up her shield, waiting for something to hit her.
Looking into this room. There's a circular pattern etched into the stone in the back of the room, written in runes that if you can speak Aquan, you recognize as being in an archaic form of the elemental tongue.
Is it a save point?
It's radiating magic, that's for sure. In the
Can-
center of the room is not a crocodile man, but rather the remains of a dead, skeletalized crocodile man. And its quarterstaff lays in the center of the room, broken.
What? Do I have to get close to actually read what it says?
Oh, yes, you'd have to be right up.
Oh, hold on. I stop Ssah'ra. I pull
Yeah.
her back, and I am going to manifest transduction and try and grab that quarterstaff from over here.
We can grab one piece or the other piece. Which piece do you want?
One piece, please.
So you grab half of a quarterstaff and pull it.
All right.
The quarterstaff, which you've seen on the previous two men, were magical at one point, but it is no longer. It's been broken.
Okay.
It's not a +1 club. Gotcha.
Try and grab the skeletal head and bring it over.
How much? What's the weight limit on Mage Hand?
10?
10 pounds?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to...
If you can't get the head, just get some part of its body.
That's
How much is a crocodile skull weigh?
I'm going to ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, it'll know.
I think a human head's between like 5 and 10 pounds.
The
That's
skull,
with a brain.
the skull isn't that heavy.
None of us would know what that's like, having a brain.
Oh, the average adult human skull weighs between 11 and 14 pounds.
The weight of a crocodile skull is anywhere between a few pounds to over 100 pounds. There's no way. Come on.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
That
Thanks
seems
for
reasonable to me.
being stupid.
Probably too heavy to drag with Mage Hand, though. But you can get one of the smaller bones for sure. Like maybe a couple of
You
Sure,
weapons
I
teeth
can
or
I can get Ssah'ra a bone. Why not?
Well, either like the spine or the hand. Something where if it comes to life,
I'll
it's
get
not
a
gonna have
vertebrae.
necessary bones.
You pull out over one of the dilapidated vertebrae. This thing's been dead for a very long time. It's been skeletonized. There's no evidence that there's armor in the room, just its broken quarterstaff.
Brick, dead skeletons don't mean they can't attack us.
That's true. That's very true.
Can I try and medicine check it to see like if it just died of old age, if it was attacked?
Give me a medicine check at disadvantage because this is a very old corpse.
Wouldn't you have to go in there, Benny?
Well,
would-
Benny will go in there.
He would have to go in there. Yes.
I think that's a 10.
A 10?
Benny, put
And
yourself
then
in
Benny
there.
will be right here.
All you can get with a 10 is that none of the bones are broken.
That's assuring for its fate, I guess. Although it just wasting away is also a different kind of.
How close does Ssah'ra need to be to read?
Right up on it. You need to be close, like in one of the squares that actually touches the circle.
Oh, get ready for something bad to happen.
Well, while you're doing that, Benny's gonna say a prayer to Osperum and kind of just like give this thing like a little blessing.
Is there anything mechanical about that, or are you just?
I mean, if showing up this guy in the bottom room is mechanical, then yes, but otherwise no.
Ssah'ra, give me an intelligence check, please.
That's only going to be a 10.
Are you trained in Arcana?
I am not.
Okay.
Not yet.
The words read like gibberish to you, which suggests that they're not linguistic. It's written in an Aquan or Old Elemental script, but it's not actually language.
Some weird Aquan incantation that makes no sense to me.
So getting like a literal read of the thing with comprehend language probably wouldn't help.
It might be enlightening in some other way.
I mean, even if it says like stop, go up, left.
I mean,
degrees, like that helps some.
I'll
Can you
sit
cast
down-
that on other people or just on yourself?
Just myself.
Okay.
Is there something
Self
in
only.
this space?
I will
Yeah, there's a dead crocodile.
if
there.
you give me 10 minutes, I will ritually cast it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So I ritually cast I forgot the name of the spell.
Comprehend languages.
Yes, comprehend languages.
Okay.
Is there a and then I'll look at the stuff and see if there is like a literal translation that is
Not from back there, you
enlightening in
won't.
other ways. Sure.
So reading, like I told Ssah'ra, it's not language. It's not meant to be read. But you, with comprehend languages up, the words are meaningless unless they're magical words. It's an incantation to be read aloud that will have some kind of magical effect. You presume the effect will only take place to someone inside of the circle.
Okay.
If anybody wants to stand there, I can read the words, but I have no idea what's going to happen.
Benny was about to volunteer, but sees that Nerium is excited.
Well, her Game Boy ran out of batteries.
Yeah. It's the circle of going home. I got it.
So, Nerium, you're going to stand there and read the incantation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here's what I want you to do.
Uh-huh.
Pick the color you like most,
Okay.
and I'm going to erase you a little spot up here to work with. And draw me a box, a 3x3 square box, so 15 feet to a side.
Okay.
Nerium vanishes from view. You have dark vision?
Yeah.
You find yourself in a nondescript 15 by 15 room with nothing in it.
Huh?
And no sigil on the floor.
Do I still have a 60-foot telepathic link to Nerium?
You do
Is she more than
not.
60 feet away from me?
More than 60
All right, she just
feet
went
away.
out of range.
So, Nerium, here's what I'll tell you for sure.
Yep.
You know for sure that the stone the room is made of, that's 15 feet to all sides, so 15 feet tall, 15 feet wide walls, is the same as the rest of the compound you've been traveling through. It's not the illuminated marble of some of the fancier rooms you've been in. But that's it. You don't detect any magic here, and there's no other means of ingress or egress.
Benny looks at his party and says, "Should I go after her?" And moves towards the circle.
I mean, that's what we did for when you went into all of the above.
Yep.
Can anybody else read Aquan?
I can't pronounce this.
I am going to just start looking I guess I'll just start like rubbing up against the walls.
Okay? Yeah, you do that.
Maybe if you can teach us to speak it phonetically.
Nazirr, do you want me to read the words? It's your man in there.
And then I can like try and memorize it.
You can memorize the incantation. If you can read it, you spend a few minutes. It's no trickier than memorizing like a couple stanzas of a poem.
Nazirr steps into the circle with Benedict.
You want me to
Why
read
don't
the
you
words?
Cast a spell, or read,
So,
read the.
Read the incantation with both of you standing there.
Yeah.
You feel a momentary wrenching sensation as some kind of teleportation magic tries to take hold of you, but it's not strong enough to take hold of you both at once.
I'm sorry, but your love is too strong.
It is the strongest force in the universe. That's what every movie from the 1980s taught me.
I'm pretty sure that's electromagnetism, but okay.
Benny will look at Nazirr and say, "Should I go first, or do you want to?"
Go.
I'll be back.
And you speak the incantation?
Somebody does. I don't know if Benny can do it. himself.
Yeah, Ssah'ra will teach them the incantation.
Benny, I want you to
Benny
pick the
will-
color you like most.
Ooh.
Do I have to give you some more space to work with up here, maybe?
Can I pick this space? Is this okay?
You can't. So draw me a 3x3 box.
Yeah, that'll work.
And
That's not a 3x3 box.
That's
Well,
not a
it
3x3 box.
Oh, it's
That's
totally not. You're right. I'm a bigger guy. I needed a bigger
you
space.
you biffed it.
I did biff it.
Everyone's
I'll-
biffing.
I'll work
Just
down
right
here.
here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and then we'll put Benny in the box. There we go.
And you've got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
There is something in the room with you.
Interesting. What is in the room with me? Is it near
It's
it?
a death cap mimic.
Oh, good. I'm glad I have to resist poison.
I don't want to make him green. No, it's not a death
I also
cap
can't
mimic.
see him, so you have to fix that.
There's actually something in there.
There's a corpse against one of the back walls. Very badly rotted away, all the way up to the neck. Above the neck, it just looks tired and haggard with sunken eyes, scraggly hair. The head kind of lazily looks up at you with great difficulty and just begins screaming. Just absolutely ear-splitting, terrified screaming, and then starts banging against the back wall.
Benny will try to his best ability to calm the creature down.
How?
By stepping back and holding up his hands and saying, "Easy, easy."
Okay, give me a charisma persuasion check.
That's a good time for 20. 26.
26.
Yeah. Look, I'm not here to hurt you. In fact, I don't know where I am. Or you are. We.
The screaming subsides as you manage to hold your hand out, show the creature that you mean it no harm. And eventually, it's not breathing, you notice. There's no hyperventilating, there's no wheezing, there's no panting, which you might. Give me a religion check. I know you're not trained in religion, but
6.
6. Okay. And the creature speaks in the common tongue in a very dry and stiff voice. Says, Who are you?
Sorry, I'm typing. Benny will introduce himself and say he is a pirate that sails on the ship, the Deceit.
What's happening out here at the teleportation circle?
And he'll approach.
Nazirr
Meanwhile,
wants to
back
go
at the
through now?
range.
Yeah.
So, Ssah'ra, you're reading the incantation with Nazirr standing there?
Yeah, I mean, she's been saying it enough that hopefully they've memorized it by now.
Okay. Nerium,
Huh?
I want you and Nazirr to give me opposed wisdom checks.
Sure. That's you're talking about just straight wisdom.
Your
It's a
wisdom
15.
score roll versus Nazir's wisdom roll.
15.
16.
Okay, so Nazirr, you feel a wrenching sensation, but nothing happens and you aren't sent anywhere. Nerium, you feel a similar sensation, although you don't know where it's coming from or what's going on.
The hell, Ssah'ra, did you say it right?
Yeah. Ssah'ra, we'll read it again.
Read it again.
Yep.
Let's repeat that check.
An 18.
13.
13. This time, Nazirr vanishes and Nerium materializes in the space where he was.
Hey, Nerium's back.
Oh, thank God.
Now we can leave.
Okay.
The
Alright,
boys
you
are
guys wanna
both
go get food?
went through the circle.
Well, I was in a 15 by 15 foot room.
It looks like we traded you for Ssah'ra, which isn't a downgrade.
for
Nazirr.
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 I'm still here, you dumbass. and
Oh,
Matt
sorry.
Song.
All right. Where's the dead body? It's here.
Yeah, put the
That's
dead
it.
body in there.
So
Read-
you
say
drag
that
the
it's-
crocodile man over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I say the
And
the
read it
thing.
again.
Okay, nothing happens.
We must need a living body. Or a recently dead body.
Benny, speaking of dead bodies,
Well, it's not dead yet.
the corpse with the talking head asks if you've come to kill him.
No, unless you want me to end your suffering. I mean,
Will you? I cannot raise my arms. Will you speak prayer with me?
yeah, and he'll clasp the creature's hand, and as he
And
does
I mean, as
that,
you do, it's just skeletal, such a state of decay. Like, it doesn't even stink anymore.
Oh, so I don't. I immediately get the feeling that healing him with lay on hands will do nothing.
Almost certainly not.
Okay, well, I only have 3 points. I guess I'll save.
And now that you're close enough to touch him, though, the loose-fitting armor he's wearing was the armor taken off the crocodile man in the previous room.
How did this happen to you?
He explains that we were looking for the teleportation circle to the Sea Queen's treasure. We killed the Guardian, and I went through the circle and found myself here. And there was no escape for me. How long has it been?
How long has it been?
There's no way to know.
Well, he asked that.
No, he doesn't know either. He's been in a nondescript room for question mark?
Long
was-
enough for him to decay.
It was long enough for him to run out of all of his rations, starve, dry up, die, and rot away except for his head.
Well, Benny, I mean, sharing bread. I mean, it's Benny will share a ration, or part of a ration, if this thing can eat. I mean, he's trying to give it some form of comfort, because and then if he wants him to end his suffering, he'll do that.
Okay. I mean, you can't feed him anything. He can't swallow because everything below the neck is
Yeah, he's
skeletonized.
Well, he's not going to eat then because that would just offend the poor thing. But yeah, if he'll ask it one last time and draw his sword, and he'll say, "If this is what you do, I will grant you that wish."
He only begs that you pray with him first before sending him off.
He does so.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll say a prayer to us. Well, shit. It's kind of why he's in this situation. He'll ask, to which deity do you wish?
He
to
mentions
pray?"
some Southling deity that you...
You've probably
some-
heard of that.
Some human deity from the distant south.
He'll say a word.
Lou or someone dumb.
Yeah, he'll say a word and their name.
You better not. You're a follower of Osprey.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna kind of fake that.
Yeah, give me a religion check. Let's see how well you can fake a prayer. You can call this charisma religion if it makes you feel better.
Charisma religion? Oh, good. That turns my 1 into a 4.
Yeah, he's not really convinced at the prayer, but and how do you send him off?
He draws his sword and cuts his head off.
And just slice it off at the neck.
Yeah.
And the head hits the floor and rolls to the side, and the thing grits out in pain, but the head doesn't die, and its eyeballs shock open, and it rolls to the side to stare at you, and it just begins screaming again.
I would just...
I thought we weren't in Ravenloft.
And he looks at that and goes, "Oh, that's bad."
You're gonna have to like.
Do we have anything else we want to play with outside in the circle?
We need to find some corpses or bodies to put in here to get our companions back.
Well, you tried a corpse; it didn't do anything.
What about someone? I mean, we need someone who can teleport out on their own, right? You were in a little like holding box.
Well,
yeah, I didn't. I rubbed it against the walls, and it looked pretty solid. I didn't see anything.
here's what I know. We
Didn't get
have
a chance to investigate, so
we have 2 of our party in these boxes, and there's 2 crocodiles that we know of. Could we think we could wrangle them, capture them, tie them up, and trade them?
no.
Trap the Guardians of Osprey inside their own teleportation trap.
Dude,
We need 2 living bodies.
upset
They're the
about
only living
that.
bodies I've seen.
I mean, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
No, it's
We don't
not.
have any.
It's close, but it's not the worst.
We don't have
It's like
any barrels.
bottom 4.
If you're
Yuri's
gonna do
monsters
anything,
don't have any
bring the
barrels.
red pages for Nazirr here. You can get the blue pages later.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you guys a week to think about it. Let's leave this here. Let me save the table here, so
Can
we
I
know.
do one last thing before we break?
Yeah, please do.
I'll smite this guy if that will help him.
Yeah, go ahead and
I'll-
mark
I'll
off a
expend
smite.
I'll expend that spell slot.
So you're attacking the severed head
Yeah,
with what? With your sword?
with his longsword.
So it splits the head in half, and the bigger part remains alive. And now there's just an exposed, throbbing brain and a splintered skull, and it has not stopped the screaming at all.
The radiant damage
How can
doesn't
he
do-
screaming?
It's become
There's
more and
no-
more
there's
horrifying.
No mouth.
The radiant damage did nothing.
No.
Better start stomping on it.
Yeah, he just starts
Plate trees.
stomping on it like it's a campfire you can't put out. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, let's go ahead and you guys want some experience for all we fought was mimics, but that's fine.
That was definitely an experience.
Yeah.
I only put 3 mimic rooms in the dungeon, and you guys just decided to go to all 3 of them in order.
Oh, I
They're
tried
right next
so
to each
hard.
other.
I
They
tried so hard to find a way to use my thither boots. I just did not. I
They
could
were
not
right next to
There was
each other.
nowhere to teleport except into this small box.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes to do that calculation if you want to think of some blips. I do apologize for having to break early tonight, but it is movie night.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
fine.
So you're
Good. Hopefully it's good.
Well, I've seen it before, and I can't wait to see it
Oh,
again.
yeah, you're not watching
Yeah.
the second
Yeah,
one.
we're refreshing our memory to go see the second one this week.
Yeah.
So I'll be back in 2 minutes after I figure out your experience.
Who was most creative today?
I don't even know.
mirror.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we go
That was
there.
good. It's clever.
Who furthered the party's goals the most today?
I'd like to argue for my protection from poison doing a lot of mileage.
Did
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, instead of taking like 30,000 poison damage, I only took like 4.
Yeah. It was a badass.
I'm gonna go Nerium for walking in that circle knowing it was a bad idea.
Don't reward me for that one.
Okay.
I would like to give badass for the poison and give party goals for Nazirr for oh gosh, I lost it. I'm sorry, McDohl. I had it and I lost it. Carry on.
Oh,
Uh,
this thing down here? Was that it?
Was it investigating this thing?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Seems
All right, he was
seems fair.
intangible today.
Ssah'ra.
Piggyback rides?
I mean, the bridge.
Well,
The bridge was intangible.
Getting killed by the nymph, like.
No,
I
the
wanna
bridge
give it
was
s-
actually intangible, and Ssah'ra was the most entangled with the bridge.
I wanted to give it to Ssah'ra for like, no, don't kill her. She's too beautiful to die.
All right. Who wants some experience
I'll take it.
points?
Please.
So for
I do.
four death cap mimics, did you mark down that you took like a sample of the mushrooms back?
I did.
Okay, so you've got that. I don't need to make a note of that. And you marked down that you found the holy symbol that folds out into an anchor.
Yeah.
And a bubbling potion, and then the empty potion bottle. So you have all that treasure, and I can delete it off my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Benny's holding that anchor, by the way. Which might be a problem right now. But
All right. So for 4 death cap mimics, everybody's taking 733 experience. 733.
I'm so far away from the next level.
Yeah.
we just leveled up, though.
Yeah, we did just level up.
Leveling
This
slows
is also where it slows down.
down at this point. It's like get into like level 6 or 7 pretty quickly, and then stop.
Yeah, I've been using all my whips for leveling, so I'm actually close.
Oh, I know how I'm going to do this. Okay.
Maybe you should pump some into your relic.
My rolls.
That's what I'm
Oh, my
doing
relic?
today.
Yeah, I'm
I'm going to
thinking
turn
about
all
that.
my AP into...
Oh,
what's the name?
right.
I gotta get my relic back though. We gotta have the Fey Queen go be used.
You are still attuned to that thing, aren't you? Because it's still restoring.
It's still
the queen.
attuned.
Yeah.
She's just not. He's not Ssah'ra's not carrying it right now.
You
Yeah, I
can
gotta
still
benefit from
claim...
And
tropes.
the intent is once you guys get back to the Covenos and resolve what you're going to do there, it's going to change over to winter. So then you'll get that back, and we'll have the new artifact, and we'll be off onto new artifact adventures.
Yeah.
Although Benny and Nazirr will just be trapped in this dungeon forever.
Yeah, this
And
is
we're
just...
not even trapped together. Like, come on.
It's the worst.
All right. Who wants to make their case for some blaps first?
I'll go.
I can go.
I heard Raz first, and then we'll do Sahn. Benny, what you got?
Alignment, neutral, good. Go by the book. If that doesn't work, go with your heart.
Mhm.
For going after the trident trap, knowing it's probably a trap, but that at least he would be able to get out of it.
That was pretty good.
Ideal, I'm going to take Jenny's. The one who ain't laughing is the butt of the joke. For casting protection from poison and then just basically smirking at all the mimics. And then Flaw, do it for him for saving his lay on hands pool for Nazirr when he really needed it.
Sometimes when I create encounters like that, I have one person in the party in mind to like. It never works out like this, but I'm thinking, oh, like this person will be the MVP of these encounters. I was thinking that Ssah'ra was going to clown all these mimics because she like resistant to poison. Like, what can they even do to her?
Yeah, but Ssah'ra doesn't hit anything. So they'll
Turns
just be
out
like,
Sir-
whatever, and then I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'll just walk away.
Sahn, what do you have for me?
I've got my alignment. Lawful neutral, each works for the good of all for staying in the room with Benny when he went to take the illusionary fork.
Okay.
I've got my ideal, exceed all expectations for just standing back and continually sharpshooting the mimics despite the fact that they seem to miss a bit there.
Yeah, they had a hard
Maybe
time
it
hitting
would have been
anybody.
better to just...
Yeah.
Might have been better just to use normal attacks. And then I got my flaw. I'm sorry. I have Serenity's flaw. There is only now for running out onto the bridge to free Ssah'ra.
Okay. And who wants to go next?
I can go.
What's Ssah'ra have for me?
Alignment, neutral evil by any means necessary. That would be taking the pickaxe to the wall and trying to break through.
Okay.
Ideal, the anti-empire must rise from the ashes. That would be trying to assert her royal authority against the Guardian.
Okay.
In Nerium.
And the flaws, people are means to power. That would be giving Sahn a piggyback ride and then using Benny as a stepladder.
So people are literally a stepping stone to power.
No,
You're
she doesn't
literally,
have feet.
literally climbing people at this point.
I mean, I also claimed everyone is redeemable when I literally redeemed, like, criminals for cash value. Like, you can interpret these literally, right?
Who wants
That's
to go
allowed.
next?
I can
I'll go.
I'll do Nerium, then Nazirr.
Okay, neutral evil. Everything is for my own amusement. For once again deciding she's no longer having fun. It's time to go home. Thank you.
Okay.
My ideal confidence is key for basically offering this lady her own reflection.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't have an actual solution in mind, but as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, the myth
Like,
of Narcissus, right?
I
Yeah.
genuinely thought she was gonna see that and then be attracted to herself and then die.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, Benny's prepared to think that's a great idea, and then be mortified when this thing kills itself. And I'm relieved that it did not happen that way.
That's how you deal with Medusa, not with a nymph.
Well, I mean, if the nymph is attracted to itself, then it all checks out, right?
Nerium, what else do you have?
I'm going to make a case for Katniss's flaw. Thy envy is pitiful and unsurprising.
Mm-hmm.
For where was it? Where did that happen? For basically not ever looking at the lady in here because she didn't her ego, she didn't want her ego shattered by finding somebody who was prettier than her.
Oh,
Because
way
Nerium is
prettier
a-
than Nerium.
Nerium is a pretty princess.
Well, to quote the poet Weird Al Yankovic, "You're so pretty, you make Charlize Theron look like a big fat slobbering pig."
Slobbering pig.
Nazirr, you want some blips?
Sure. Neutral evil. Everything is expendable if Benedict is in danger. For immediately going through the teleporty into certain doom,
Yep.
into certain creeping, lingering doom.
Into the oubliette.
Yep.
Well, it sure doesn't have company.
I have Mugduck's ideal. Change? No change. Oh, we found another mimic. Let's throw a guiding bolt on its head.
Like, you just have a mimic algorithm at this point that you just run.
A little bit, yeah.
This party has run into more mimics than any other party I have been a part of at this table.
It's almost like I'm doing it deliberately.
Why would you do it deliberately?
Trying to get into the Guinness Book for most mimics in a campaign.
Your mom is very proud.
She is. She just finished reading my second book. She said it was really good.
Cool.
She can't wait for the Netflix series.
I am.
Nazir's flaw. Oh, good.
Well,
I
no,
was gonna say,
you're on. It's your
Yeah,
turn.
go ahead.
Were you going to change Nazir's flaw? You said last week you were thinking of changing it.
I want to change his ideal, but I haven't come up with an ideal yet. But I took Mugduck's ideal this week, so
Okay.
it all shakes out.
That's fine.
Because the Mukden's leaf is the only thing that keeps the nightmares away. If you know these mushroom samples that he's taken are all fantastic and great if they have some medicinal use, but probably not. So, at the very least, he can get Blotto.
Yeah, you're trapped in a dark box. You might as well eat the mysterious mushrooms.
It's sustenance in many ways.
That is that's Tyrion Lannister's character arc from A Dance with Dragons. All right, who has had the most creative solution to a problem this session?
We said Nerium making a mirror.
Yeah, that was
Also the water.
that was. I thought both of those were good. Who did the most to further, the party's goals this week?
That was Nazirr for finding the discoloration.
Who was the badass?
We said that was Sahn? Who we say was
We said
that?
that- We said that was Benny for tanking all the mimics with protection for poison.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And who was intangible? The bridge was intangible, but who else?
That was the joke we made. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of came
She's
back in
too-
on that. Maybe I just stole that from you.
She's too beautiful.
Ssah'ra for intangibles.
Yeah.
For just declaring, no, don't kill her. She's too beautiful to
She's
die.
too beautiful to die.
It was genuinely enough to tell Benny, like, oh, okay.
All right. So blips are currently worth 366. You all are sitting on 6 blips. Sahn, you earned 3 blips this week, and everyone else earned 4. So that's your rollover.
I want to make 4 AP out of those 4 blips.
So So you want to come in next week with 6. You just want me to credit you 4 AP?
Well, what am I at if I?
I've
credit?
got you at 23, and that'll put you at 27.
Then I will cash 3 more to get to 30.
Yeah, I was gonna spend 5 to get to 60.
So, Benny, you're going to come in next week with 3. Sahn,
Yeah.
you're going to come in next week with 4.
Yep.
I'm
And
taking the experience.
Everyone else come in. All right, so here's questions for next week for Benny and Sahn. Benny, 30 AP with the boots. What is you can answer this in the Flumph party chat if you think about it over the week, and then I can maybe apply it to the stat block.
Actually, I already did, so I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, I did read through that. So what is a thematically appropriate once per long rest ability you would trade all other functionality of this item to use? And then you wrote me a novel. You wrote me like 9 pages.
No, it's a complicated ability because the boots are stupidly complicated.
Right.
Like,
So I will read
thematically
through that, and I'll make a judgment on it this week. And this is our first 60 AP abilities. So Sahn, you cannot gain more AP with the cloak. You are at maximum. Here's the question you need to answer for next week. What would you expect to happen if you temporarily unleashed the artifact's Atma?
Okay.
So next week, I mean, I would go over like reminding you who the Atma was, but I think you would know more than me on the subject. So the Atma of Sahn's artifact is the Earth Genasi barbarian that he played 4 campaigns ago, who died during the campaign and did not want to be revived. So she came back as a towel. So those are your questions for next week. If you want to pontificate, if you have a good answer, we put it in the chat, and then at the beginning of next session,
I mean, I have a good answer. I don't know that it's useful.
we'll save it for next week in any case.
Yeah.
I'm already
Rick, I might
5
blow
minutes
all
over
6 of my blips to level.
to level to 8.
Apparently, I've been using all my blips for XP, so I guess that added up.
He hasn't used a single blip this entire campaign.
Like,
He doesn't
it's
use
not.
blips. He just cashes them in.
So you can get to level 8 if you come in next week with 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
I
So
need 10,000 XP to level.
That'll
up.
increase
I don't know how you
everybody
do it.
else's blip value for next week going.
He was
forward.
already pretty far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
Just use your blips on something.
I'm using my
Yes.
blips to get you more XP for blips.
Use it on your chain.
Get your chain better.
Where is manage XP?
So when we come back next week, you guys still have some more dungeon to go. You can push it as far as you want, but as soon as you're ready to take a long rest, that's going to end for this excursion.
We can just leave here. I think things are fine in the state they're in right now.
We got the 2 lovers in their own rooms. We've given them time to cool off.
When you
We'll
get
be
back,
back.
I'm sure.
Go back to the
I
ships.
have an idea for a second character.
Good.
I already have an idea for a second character.
Good. So, I mean, I guess we don't have to do the wedding episode then.
Yeah, I mean, this solves a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, guys, so much for playing, and I'll have everybody for next Sunday.